Grum TV welcomes you to this broadcast of the Dorkside Pokemon League.
Hello. Hi, everybody. It is Grum, and I just remembered to turn on the musics. But hello. I hope everyone is doing good. I am Grum, your commissioner and host of all things Dorkside Pokemon League related. Hope you're all doing well, doing grand, doing incredible. I am here with as soon as the music comes on, we'll have a little bit of a backtrack here. There we go. Bam. Look at that. Perfect. Very loud. Wow. Don't know why it's that loud. Doesn't need to be that loud. Does not need to be that loud. Definitely doesn't need to be that loud in my ears either. Okay, let's fix that. There we go. All right. Hello, everybody. Everyone's doing good, doing great, doing wonderful. We're here, live on Twitch, live on YouTube. Hope you are all doing good. We have 6 battles this week, and they are all... Do you play Digimon? I do not play Digimon, Johnner. Digimon is for the uncouth. That's right. The uncouth play Digimon. I am not the uncouth. I am very couth. I'm very cool. I'm very cool. All the words. Can I watch on Kick? No, I'm not going to be on Kick. I'm not paying for a third service. Be able to restream on 3 things at once? You crazy? I'm not doing that. That'd be ridiculous. But everyone's doing good, though. How am I supposed to watch? Well, you're watching from Twitch, clearly, right now, Johnner. So now what? You know? You sit here and tell me how am I supposed to watch? You can also join the Discord. You can join the Discord and... there it is. I was like, I'm pretty sure... There it goes. Bam. And you can join the Discord, and you can... I'm at work. You don't have to join the Discord. You can continue to watch live on the stream you're watching currently. But hope everyone's doing good. We were supposed to do this Sunday, but as some of you may know, I purchased a house with my wife, Katie, and we have been working on that. She's done a lot more than me, but mostly because I worked Monday and she didn't, and I also worked Saturday and she didn't. But we're making pretty good progress, and hopefully we'll be able to start moving some of the stuff out of this apartment and into the house because everything will be done. Walls, floors. I think it's just walls and floors, but it's a pain in the ass getting 50 some odd year old wallpaper off of the walls. Which now I understand when people are like, "Oh, I'm not buying this house. We got to do too much wallpaper work." I get it. I understand. Did you get the one in the middle of the street? No, not in the middle of the street. Not in the middle of the street. I would tell you where it is, but I don't want you to know where it is. I don't want you to know where it is. That's right. I'm like that. Yeah, this should be. I was sitting here, I'm like, wait, there was something I was supposed to do last week that I didn't do, right? And, but I fixed it, I think. No, I didn't. I didn't fix it, but now I fixed it now. I'm free! Congrats. Well, hopefully everything all right. Now let's, had a little bit of a trip to the sick room. Sick room. I really probably should have done that one that way, because this really isn't a thing. Let me do it this way. So anyways, while I'm doing this, all right, I hope you are all doing good. Why is it that it should not be? Oh, it is that, right? Yeah, okay. So this would be let's say if it is doing some, probably just a pinched nerve, it'll be fine. I hope so. I hope so. That would be the not good stuff if that's not the case. Pinched nerve, though. I guess if it's just like a muscle thing, then yeah. Maybe if it is... And then it should be this. And this. Yeah, let's do that. That's what I'll do. Yeah, just like that. Awesome. Okay. No, that should not be D. This should be... Yeah. Okay. Boom. Boom. Okay, now I'm getting this to where I wanted to do it. Like I said, I was doing. We've been a little busy. I know I promised some production value this week, and I'll tell you this much: all of it worked exactly the way I wanted it to, in terms of, like having everything done pretty well, like having having it be like easy to make. There we go. Quick. Brain not quick. My brain's not being quick, but the production and producing all that stuff, all that stuff. I got it to where it's nice and easy to do in bulk too. So that's what we're doing this week. We've got 6 games. We're gonna start with game number 2 because game number 1 between Didac and Beto is on the way. It's on the way, as in it'll be done probably tomorrow. Need to figure out how to a good way to not. Everyone's so good against grass and bug that I need to just make it not be grass and bug, and I have to figure out how to not be that. Okay. I don't know where we're going here. Do I have? You know what? I need to have it to where I can bring up last week or this week's slate as a separate scene, and I'm not doing that live. I've already done enough progress here live, but it is what it is. Yeah, let's just get it going here. Let's get it going. Why don't we start here? I'm trying to think if there's anything. I'm thrown off because it's a week. I'm going into work early tomorrow because I got class tomorrow, so I got to leave early. Let's get this going. Let's not dilly-dally around. We're starting game numero dos. Bam. Perfect. Look at that. We've got Sky and Diabeto taking on each other. I'm not going to do it. Next week we'll start tracking stats and standings recaps at the beginning of the stream next week. This week, though, I'm not going to do that. I like what I see here between Sky and Diabeto's team. The speed's pretty nice. Beto's got 2. That ain't the right Ogre Pawn. You're right, it's not. Why is it not Rock? Why is it? Was it? I didn't change this. That's because this is not Diabeto's team. Oh, wait, hold on. Remember I said I did everything? I lied. No. This is game number 2. Because this is... All right, well, here you go. Look, this is why we have this sheet. I haven't gotten it right. Yep, no. Like I said, the whole team was wrong. I now have to make sure that the the other ones are not messed up. They are all messed up? No, they're not all messed up. Just a couple of them, which I don't know why. The first 3 are not saved, did not export properly. But the other ones did. Weird. Very weird. Very weird. I don't know why that did that. All right. Well, we'll have to figure that out later, right? Okie dokie. Weird. Get rid of that. Okay. Just leaked a lot of trades. AW versus Core. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why. Get out of here. Why are you? What are you doing here? Get away. Stop popping up. What's going on? Everything's all fucky wucky. I think this is the. Did I have this right last time, or was this in full screen? No, this wasn't in full screen last time, or was it? No, it was not in full screen last time. Was that Pom Pom? No, that was Stylish. That was Stylish. That popped up. That's so I can do things. This doesn't happen in Digi. It doesn't. You're right. Yeah, that's weird. I don't know why that did not save any of that stuff. But anyways, Sky and Diabeto here. That's the teams that we got. I feel like I'm not where I'm supposed to be here. Was it 110 last time? No, 105. There it is. That's what it was. Figured it out. Got it there. Got it. Like I said, this is a work in progress. So this one's taking a little bit more time to get together where I want it. But yes, here we go. Sky and Diabeto. Here are the correct teams. We've got the Diabeto 1-0 from his win last week. Sky 0-1, but a close defeat nonetheless. We have a Terra Carcol, Terra Araquanid, and a Terra Metagross taking on Terra Dragonite and Terra Cloyster. Speed tiers are actually pretty even. You would think like, oh hey, with such a leap between, but both have a leap between high 80s and the 100 speed tier. Multiple Pokemon at 110 or above. Multiple slow Pokemon. Sky did make an adjustment going into week 2, dropping Primeape for Girder, so that he did have a second remover other than the Carcol, because it's just tough using Carcol as your only spinner in this kind of format. Your Diabeto is a very defensively strong team. Physically, like I said, we talked about Cloyster at 180. That's insane, but also Fortress, Palisand, Berserker, very tough Pokemon to really get through. Overquill at 95 defense with Intimidate. Volcarona can be bulky, or can be a problem with Flame Body as well as Will-O-Wisp. Intimidate on the Hitmon top and Sylveon. So very, and then also don't sleep on Spadef. Latios, as well as just a bulky Dragonite. And Ogerpon Cornerstone has Sturdy. We've talked about that last week. Sky's team, though, does have a decent amount of priority that could become issues if Diabeto is not bringing E-Speed Dragonite. You have Bullet Punch from Metagross. You have Sucker Punch from the Meowscarada. You have Ice Shard from Excalibur. Very tough things to hit there. Also, two Moths in this. I always enjoy when there's like a mirror match or a pseudo mirror match, and we kind of got that with Volcarona and Iron Moth. I think if Beto really is going to get the win here, he's got to attack with his physical attackers. Ogerpon, Dragonite, Berserker, even if it wants to come at 110, it's its second or fourth highest physical attacker. Overquill 115 is also not bad there either. Definitely take advantage of Sky's weaker physical defenses. That Florges is just kind of a problem because it's very, very good at blocking special defenses. or special attacks by itself, and the team here, especially with Latios, doesn't necessarily have anything for the Florges, and yeah, that's not entirely great. Iron Moth also is surprisingly bulky. So, taking a look here at the teams that they're both bringing. Sky is bringing Meowscarada, Scarfed, U-turn, triple axle, knockoff, and flower trick. Your standard physical Scarf attacker, saying I don't care that I am going to be slower than a max speed Latios or a max speed Ogerpon, saying I'm just going to be faster in general, and I'm going to be fast, and I'm going to hit things, able to really be a problem there. I believe 345 will let it outspeed max speed Volcarona. So then you can still get off a U-turn there. You do have to worry about Flame Body there. That is a little bit concerning there. Baxcalibur, Heavy Duty Boots trying to outspeed Extreme Speed. Yeah, unfortunately, there's only one way you can outspeed Extreme Speed. It's either be faster with your own Extreme Speed or use Upper Hand. Those are the only two ways. I guess also Fake Out. No, because I think Feint's actually +2 as well. So you'd have to be faster. Those are the only ways to be technically faster than E-Speed. I guess also maybe it'd be on, Psychic Terrain. It'll be all right. Baxcalibur, Heavy Duty Boots, Dragon Dance, Ice Shard, Glaive Rush, Icicle Crash, standard Baxcalibur set here with your max speed and your max attack getting set up. Do we see D-Dance? I mean, Diabeto is, some call him the Dragon Dance Merchant. But some would also just call that being smart and positioning your strongest attackers late game in a good. Is he eating poker chips? That's a good question. I don't know if Diabeto is eating poker chips. He's definitely eating. I know he's eating dinner. This is his dinner time. He was taking a nap earlier. What up, Nick? How you doing, bud? It's good to see you there. Metagross, let's see here. We see another. No, we don't see. We do see agility. We don't see. We don't see Bullet Punch. We do see Akaberry to nerf the super effective fire attack that potentially will come from Diabeto's side this week. Knock off Psychic Fang's Meteor Mash and agility at 180. That'll let him outspeed everything sans Scarf users or setup users. Did Diabeto intend to unmute? I don't think so. I'm gonna say no. Discord stream. I'm still in the music. Interesting. Like you can only hear the music, Beto? Is that what you're? Discord. That's. No, it's a still picture. Oh, you're right. Ha. There we go. Thank you. My bad about that. I was sitting there. I was like, I'm not used to it being on the second screen. I put it on this. I put my OBS on the screen that it used to be on, because now I set it up to where I can see the alerts and everything, so that I don't get lost if like between Twitch and YouTube, if things happen, I can keep track of things. But yeah, so a nice bulky attacker here. Akaberry will let it live against most fire attacks, but I don't foresee fire being as strong as a type for Diabeto this week into this matchup. Landorus, choice specs, Landorus, max speed, sheer force, so the earth power, sludge wave, and stone edge will get some boosting there. Grass knot, also great coverage, can cover for the water types as well. But Landorus, a scary Pokemon. Girder. We've got Eviolite, Girder, close-up, bulk up, defog, and knockoff. A lot of defense here, but Guts will be pretty good there, especially if it comes in on toxic spikes or does get burned. You're ignoring that and doing insane damage at 105 base attack in a bulk up. Could become a real problem for Diabeto. And then Iron Moth with the booster energy to get it faster than anything trying to speed creep Meowscarada. Fiery Dance, Air Slash, Bug Buzz, and Sludge Wave, all very good moves. I love Iron Moth. I gotta draft it again and use it. I want to use it in a full season again. I haven't used it in a full season since UNPL 5. But that is Sky's team. Taking a look now at Diabetes squad. We got Let's Lottie Up, the Latios, Soul Dew, Flip Turn, Recover, Psy Shock, and Draco. Max HP, max special defense. That Soul Dew gives it its Dragon and Psychic type moves 20% boost. So you're getting, 96 base power Psy Shock, 156 base power Draco Meteor. Doesn't, and the special attack is high enough that that's still going to hurt. Flip, turn, and recover. Just momentum. Soak up some hits here, especially against that, the Iron Moth. There's not. Oh, Bug Buzz is super effective against it. So that'll be fun to see there, especially just full on maxing out on the special defense there. Shay Simmons, the Dragonite, Terra Flying, Dragon Dance, E-Speed, Earthquake, and Terra Blast, max attack, max speed, Adamant. So we're doing massive damage, getting set up, keeping heavy duty boots, keeping the multi-scale intact for when it comes in on rocks. Great call there. 42 Bug, the Volcarona, also wearing heavy duty boots. Very smart. U-Turn, Morning Sun, Bug Buzz, and Quiver Dance. So really just relying on the Bug Buzz here for damage. Quiver Dance, give it a little bit there, but again, the bulk there, missing the four EVs. Could have put that, let that get the 307. That would have been nice. That might be the difference. Who knows? But 42 Bug, the Volcarona. So Volcarona did come, but did not bring in the fire moves. Notice, no fire moves yet. Cooter Gennet, the Cloyster. Shell Smash, Ice Shard, Drill Run, and Icicle Spear. Terra Ice, max attack, max speed, Adamant for the Cloyster. 252. Good stuff. Who doesn't like a Cloyster with heavy duty boots? So just boots on boots on boots. Yeah, we're new boot goofing here in Sacramento. We're at the Cavern. Overquill, Black Sludge, Liquidation, Barbarage, Crunch, and Spikes. Max HP, max defense. So we're doing real defensive walling here with Overquill. Would be pretty strong here against the Metagross. That's what it's doing. No, Metagross had clear body, so it wouldn't really work. Shell Smasher's done. Can't change my mind. We'll see about that now. So we shall see. Hammond the Fortress, Assault Vest, Rapid Spin, Ice Spinner, Gyro Ball, and Earthquake. But Matt, we went full attack here. Look at that. Hell yeah. We said screw it. We're doing damage today, son. We're gonna get you when you don't think you're gonna when you think you're safe. That is the Coughing's strategy this week. So, without further ado, let us rumble with our first game of week 2 here in the DSPL. Oh yeah, I forgot. I unmuted this part. All right, I'm still here. You can hear. I can talk during this part. But here we are with the week 2 game number 1. No explosion. Sad. Yeah, no explosion. But it is what it is. Here's the team. You're seeing everything. I need to make this slow. Leading with the Meowscarada. We'll just go back. Leading Meowscarada against the Fortress. Meowscarada could just go for a U-turn here, but instead does not want to. I don't know if that's what the fear there was. Maybe a misclick. Maybe doesn't want to give up. I don't know. Maybe doesn't want to get hit with something there. Bulk up is great though. Great lead. Potential helmet. Yeah, potential helmet's not a bad call there either. But Girder already taking 25% damage from the Barbarage and the poison and not good. Spikes coming on in there as close combat is going to lower the defense of Girder back to neutral. But Girder, that goose boost, the guts boost, doing a lot of damage there, bringing the Overquill down to 40 within range of a kill here. The spikes come out as another close combat, does get the kill. You do love to see that if you are a fan of the Magen Meteors, because that means there's no more hazards to worry about. Unfortunately, not great time if you are the Magen, because now you lose the heavy-duty boots, but you do get the ability to just go for a Dragon Dance yet again. That is kind of worrisome, but opting to get rid of the toxic spikes, Girder will go down to poison. So there goes no more hazards, no more hazard control for Sky, and no more Max Caliber either. Going down, the ice shard was not enough to get the kill there. This is where another priority move would be great here, but scouting out, maybe seeing an earthquake, very, very good. Getting the ability, getting that information is great, but I don't know if it matters too much here. Shea Simmons is going to potentially go down here. No, Terra Blast is faster, and that is where the option to not go for a Jolly instead of the going for Adamant might have cost him there, because the Iron Moth is faster. So Meowscarada could have gotten a kill there and still been up. Unfortunately, not fast enough. Bug Buzz hits 452, but this Psyshock is going to attack the weaker physical defenses, and Iron Moth goes down, leaving Metagross in a 1v4 matchup. He tears into the steel, boost, heavy boost up on that incoming Meteor Mash. No, agility. Okay, so agility is going to let Metagross be faster here, but the knockoff to get rid of heavy duty boots instead of anything there, maybe assuming a white herb there, and the drill run is going to hit. It was going to kill no matter what, but the critical hit definitely making it a 100% kill there, as your Sacramento Coffin take the 4-0 victory there.
Coffee.
That's right, the Coffings. Here, let me hear it for you. That's beautiful. A beautiful thing. We got this working without spoiling all the information, too. It's great. Your 3 stars, your third star being the Girder, getting a very big knockout and clearing out the hazards. Not that they would have played a role, but the definitely making it to where maybe maybe a roll or two would have been better for Diabeto, even though +2 Dragonite with Terra Blast, flying Terra Blast is hard to deal with, as you saw there, because it's got 3 knockouts there, making the number 1. And then Overquill getting a knockout, getting a status, and getting 3 hazards, forcing the Girder and forcing Sky to decide, do I want to get Chip or do I want to get rid of these spikes? And I think the spikes is the right call in the moment, but unfortunately was not able to outspeed with Meowscarada, and unfortunately did not have the juice needed to get the win there. But that is going to bring Sky down to that. Actually, oh no, you know why? He's actually minus. The math didn't math right. I didn't fix that part. The bot did not correctly attribute a kill to Overquill, so it technically said 3-0 loss or 3-0 win. So that really should be Coffings +9 and Magen -5. I don't think that changes too much for the Coffings or the Magen. I think they stay where they are supposed to be, but hell of a game from your reigning defending champion. And if he would like to join, if he's able to, Beto, you're more than welcome to join and answer some questions and whatnot. But if not, all good. I understand.
Let me talk to you, Grum.
Hey, excellent.
What's
Talk
up, brother?
to me, brother. Brother. Talk to me. Look. This is all to work. This is all to work up. These are little things that puts a shine on you. I don't know if you saw that clip today of LA Knight being from the Unreal being told.
Brother. We don't need to talk about it. Our agents are out there trying to take them all down.
He's just, Like he's just like, I'm gonna kill this man. I'm gonna kill this big nosed bald bastard with a bad heart. But hey, congrats on the win. Nice 2-0 start to the season. You saw a lot of contributions from everybody but Volcarona touched the field this match.
I'm trying my best. I am trying my best to keep Volcarona on the roster. Gouging Fire is a free agent, and Volcarona has come to 2 games ever and never touched the field. But damn it, I'm going to use it.
That's the character growth. That's the character arc for this is to just resist the call of another physical Dragon Dance sweeper.
It's like my 3rd favorite Pokemon ever. It's just the thing with Volcarona is there's always like it's like you go for the setup, right? It's one of the most broken things ever. But like in draft, it's like there's always like 1 or 2 things. This was a fucking Carkol, dude. I couldn't sweep with Volcarona because he has a fucking Carkol.
Look, the power.
So it's like, you know what? Meowscarada is a huge problem for me. Go, my flame body bot. Go burn something.
I love that in the DSPL, right? More than any other league, I think I as a commissioner, I champion just doing weird shit. Just go, fuck it. I don't care what Smogon says. If you want to build a choice specs Blissey, build it. Do it. Go. AV Blissey with max HP, max special defense. Do it. I want to see just how hey, we're taking the gloves off. We're not trying to be for real here. And because of that, you could not use Volcarona because of a Carkol.
Bro, the whole team was some bullshit. The matchup wasn't great, right? Just for my standard defensive stuff, but it's right. Like, hey man, Moth and Landers can't really do shit to Latios.
No.
To match up that Spadef. Like, Meowscarada gets handled by Volcarona. Did you know that Metagross can actually one-shot Landers and Moth on a switch? Fuck it, give it an AV. Like, just click the attacking moves.
Right. That's it's just so funny, man. When you're just like looking at it, like, huh? I really shouldn't be doing this well here. This shouldn't work in this instance. Or, every other time you're like, okay, yeah, no, this matchup, Meowscarada doesn't cook, because there's a Volcarona. And it's like, sure, but if I don't bring the Volcarona, the Meowscarada cooks. But if I bring the Volcarona,
yeah, no, that thing's the triple axle switches on my team
very
are few and far between. So it's like, listen, man, you can die. He's touching you 3 times. We're taking the odds.
Yeah. It's a 30% chance or 20% chance to burn.
30.
That's right. So it's almost guaranteed on 3 hits, almost mathematically. I think. I don't know. But yeah, the fact that Meowscarada could have been much more like I do think No Ice Punch from Girder was wild. I don't think as much. I do think that if I'm looking back at Sky's team, I think the biggest misstep was just not making Meowscarada jolly and making sure that it was faster than anything that was trying to because we saw +1 Iron Moth was faster.
Yeah, no, I did not calc that speed. I was fully ready for D-Knight to just clean up.
I think
I also because I went adamant because I was like, I probably need 2 DDs, right? Mm-hmm. Who knows how likely that is? So I went adamant for the E speed. And then in the game, I was just like, he probably just I almost switched out on the Metagross bluff. That was good. I was expecting Terra steal Bullet Punch. Mm-hmm. He didn't have it, but it was a really good bluff by him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't check much, but it was like, I made sure, because +2 E-Speed should have killed Meow, but I was like, fuck it. Terra Blast. Have you seen Dragonite with the flying move? It's so fucking sick, dude.
It's so fun. It's fun to think about, dual wing beat being a thing it could have at one time and doesn't. But no, they can't let it. They can't let Dragonite.
It finally gets a stab flying move, and by the way, it's adaptability.
Yeah, that's the crazy part. Yeah,
from one of the best offensive types in the game.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Enjoy. Do you have a steel type? Oh, you do. But he's at +2 and he can earthquake. He's also faster. It's not even a swords dance. He's also faster than you. But yeah. So you I'm very proud of you resisting the call of the gouge. You know, I know it's like the Green Goblin mask, just begging to be worn. It's put the mask on, put it on, put on the gouging helmet, put it on. Just start.
He's so tough, man.
It's so cool. I think as time has gone on, I've gotten like used to the way that the future Paradox Pokemon look. But look, they're not touching Walking Wake, Gouging Fire, and Raging Bolt. Like, I think those are the clear 3 best designed Paradox Pokemon, and you can't tell me otherwise. You cannot tell me otherwise, because as goofy as a long neck Raikou or Entei with a crown or Raptor Suicune, like, those are just, it's so cool. There's just, I'm a fan of dinosaurs. What can I say? I think they're awesome, you know? But Gouging Fire is so funny. It's just...
That's my goat, man.
He's got such a big forehead. Next week, you take on... where is it here? You are taking on Orin. Ooh, which is a good one, because Orin, historically, is one of the better... he's got... I think he has the 3rd or 4th best winning percentage in the DSPL league, history-wise. So he's up there. So we're going to see a battle between 2 premium coaches. We're obviously, for those who may be watching this in the future or like later this week, we're doing this on Tuesday night instead of Sunday. So every coach has had at least like a day and a half or so to prep for their week 3 matches. What can you tell me about your matchup against Orin that has got you kind of thinking hard about that matchup?
Well, you see, as with a lot of his teams, because he does take Scizor. Scizor is his favorite Pokemon. Mm-hmm. Good Pokemon. Great Pokemon to have.
Fantastic Pokemon.
I'll look at his team and I'm like, damn, this gets kind of smoked by this. Oh, wait, there's a Scizor. So, like, anytime you try to take advantage of, like, one, like, defensive lapse in his team, Scizor is just there. Mm-hmm. So that's annoying. We've seen a couple things. I really like some things, and there's some cooking we got to do that be a little unexpected. So we're looking forward to this week.
All right. Well, Diabito.
I enjoy Mr. Drevis. Please bring my good friend Orn back. He's my good friend. Why would you do this to me? But I have not met Mr. Drevis, so I will give him the benefit of the doubt.
Looking forward.
And hope we have a gentleman's duel.
I want you guys to slap each other with gloves, like the white cloth gloves, just like boom. That's how I want I want like, instead of like a coin flip at midfield, I want specifically you and Mr. Drevis to smack each other like gently with a cloth glove, and then walk back gentlemanly like to your respective baselines. It's like be very cool. Be very cool. But Diabito, thank you for joining us. Congrats on your win, being 2-0. Currently being in second place. I'm pretty sure I was correct in saying that the numbers, the mathing wasn't terrible there for you. I think it is. Yeah, you are still in second place. Yes. Oh no, you would be tied. You would be tied with first. Yes, you would be tied with first. So we will get to that. Yeah, you would be. Okay. I don't know why that did not autocorrect on this side. Interesting. Okay. Weird. Okay. Thank you, Diabito, for joining us, and we will talk to you next week, hopefully. That's why it's updating. Okay. All right. So our second game, it's technically game number 3, is going to see myself, yours truly, taking on AW. Don't mind the things I'm doing this just because it's a habit, and also it's set up to do that. 2 1-0 teams taking on each other. We'll get here into the proper preview of everything here with myself and AW here. My team, pretty solid on the offensive, 94s across the board on attack and SPDEF, but that bulk, it's concerning me. I still don't like my bulk. I don't like it. I don't like having a number that deep of a red. I just don't. AW, I have a Terra Salamence and a Terra Farigiraf. AW, this is actually not correct. This should be, this is why I should do the streams on Sunday. Instead of Necrozma, Muck, and the Sawsbuck, it's actually Terra Giraffarig, Terra Giraffarig. It is, who did he drop for these? Damn, I was just looking at it too. It was Quillfish, regular Quillfish, and Shaman. That's what it was. That was what it was supposed to be. So this isn't exactly correct, but I'm not going back and fixing this in the moment here. Actually, you know what? It wouldn't be that hard to fix, right? I could just do this. I could just go here and do it this way. Not that one. And then Quillfish and Giraffe. Bam, look at that. Look at how that looks. Bada boom. Now it just needs to update one more time. Update one more time. Update one more time. There we go. Perfect. So there we go. So there it is. That's what the matchup was. Physical attacking on AW side of things, very daunting here. 94, definitely more of a threat than his special attacking. But his special attacking is only that way because Quillfish and Great Tusk have and Ogrepod have 60 or below. Also, that should not be Muck. That is. Oh, did I move Deancey? It's not Deancey. What the hell? I don't know what. That's Quillfish. There we go. All right. That's what messed up. I'm looking at him like, that's not right. That's not. There it is. Well, it's almost right because this needs to be. That's why I need to take like a screenshot. Like I gotta make this. I need to make this whole scene. I need to get it to where it's better. All right. There we go. Bada boom. Okay. So defenses are there. There we go. Nice and good. Okay, so Deancey, Goldengo, Belly Bolt, all 100, over 100. Shaman and Samurott, Hisui as well. But the special defense is definitely the weaker of the two options here for AW. Did I take advantage of that? And I'm going to be honest. I don't think I did. We got, leading things off, I got Farigiraf, Corky the Farigiraf, Ability Shield, Sap Sipper, Wish, Hyper Voice, Psychic Noise, and Thunderwave. This is a Ogrepon Hearthflame problem. Terra Dragon, so that even if it does knock off the Ability Shield, a Horn Leech or a Power Whip does not, is resisted there. Thunderwave just to get general slowness going, and defense bulk, because that's what I need for Corky here. Pokey, the Hisuian Quillfish with an Eviolite, Intimidate, Toxic Spikes, Barbarage, Crunch, and Dark Pulse. We're sitting here, and we're going to be taking some special hits with this guy this week. Zelda the Dawn Fan making their debut. Rocky Helmet, Stealth Rock, Ice Shard, Earthquake, and Rapid Spin. Some defensive investment, and just a bit of attack to get some of these ranges with some Ice Shards. That's the idea. We got Greg the Empoleon with Assault Vest, Knockoff, Ice Beam, Surf, and Flip Turn. Bulky got some speed investment to outspeed a base speed Samurott, I believe. That was the math. Or maybe it was Quillfish. I think they're roughly around. Oh, no, Goldengo. This is to get outspeed a base speed Goldengo. And just to get knockoff and a Slurf and Flip Turn and keep some momentum in that case there. Mandy the Salamence, Choice Scarf, Terra Ground, Dragonclaw, Outrage, Dual Wingbeat, and Earthquake. 302 speed to outspeed a Scarf, Great Tusk. And that's about it. If Ogrepon or Noivern were +1 speed, whether by Trailblaze or by Choice Scarf. I was screwed. Just the way it is. And then Life Orb Iron Valiant with Agility, Moonblast, Shadow Ball, and Psychic. Just going to be taking advantage of being able to get faster than a +1 Noivern, but in doing so would require some little extra stuff. So just trying some stuff out here with Iron Valiant. Let's see what AW brought for the matchup, starting things up. Party People, the Goldango with the leftovers. We got bulk on bulk on bulk. Make It Rain, Recover, Focus Blast, and Thunder Wave. Samo, the Samurott, Hisuian Samurott to be specific. Assault Vest with the Sharpness ability. Ceaseless Edge, Razor Shell, Sucker Punch, and Sacred Sword. Max Attack Adamant with a lot of investment in HP. Speed up to 216, which I think outspeeds what was that outspeeding? 216. Did AW tell me? No. I do actually have comments from AW to play after the match though. 216. What did that 216 outspeeds Rotom Heat and outspeeds I guess it would be outspeeding Rotom Heat. I'm trying to think of why I went 220 because I wanted to outspeed him. I wanted to speed tie. I don't remember why. I should really write down what I'm thinking. Mancala, the Diancie, Fairy Feather, Clear Body, Trick Room, Moonblast, Diamond Storm, and Earth Power. That is a lot of scariness right there, especially in Trick Room. Max Special Attack, the Bulk, the Fairy Feather. Oof. Put Me Through, Belly Bolt, Shuckaberry Belly Bolt with Toxic, Slack Off, Chilling Water, and Volt Switch. A lot of defense there. He's just a good boy. Look at him. He's just, what's not to love about him, right? What's not to love? Let me bring back my chats because I clicked bulk firepower. Yes. Hello, Chris. How you doing? Was peak when it was revealed alongside. Yeah. It's so good. I love it. I don't. My chat went away for a little bit there because I clicked on something and then forgot to bring it back. Great Tusk. I've got a life-size Belly Bolt plush. That's good. That's great. You might get robbed of it, by the way. Now, let's careful if you play Diabeto. If Diabeto wants to play for pinks, he's not playing for pinks for Pokemon anymore. He's playing for that life-size Belly Bolt. I say that. I have a little Belly Bolt. He's got a little Belly Bolt. I got it. He's an eraser, but I refused to wear him away by forcing him to erase mistakes I've made. That's a real monster move by the Pokemon Company, is to make this guy an eraser. To say that this guy has to erase. If you make a mistake, you are gonna hurt him. That's what they're saying, and that's a great move. In order to make me not make a mistake. Horrible move if I don't learn that lesson. Great Tusk. Choice Scarf. There it is, the Choice Scarf. Great Tusk, but with Adamant. That's how you proc Electromorphosis. It's true. Max Attack Adamant with max speed. So the Tusk is scarfed. Somersault. And then Skew It on the Barbie, the Hearthflame. Ogerpon, Hearthflame, Ivy Cudgel, Hornleech, U-Turn, and Stomping Tantrum. So I believe Great Tusk has knockoff, and that's the only knockoff user. Yep, slack off on Belly Bolt. So yeah, no Terra, no Terra, no Terra, or no, I guess the Diancie is the Terra. Diancie's Terra. Terra Fairy as well. So it's doing a lot of damage. So without further ado, let us get into our game number 2 of the night. Myself going up against AW. AW eliminated me in the playoffs in Season 4 and Season 3 as well. No. Did he eliminate me in Season 4? Yeah. Right? Yeah. Yeah. Season 4. Yeah. Last season he did. It's been a blur. But without further ado, let me make sure we're going slow here. Beginning the game off here. Quillfish leading it off for myself and the mold-breaking Ogerpon U-turn to give it a little bit of chip there. Toxic Spike is going to go up, though. Lambo Truck, that's right. Don Fan, so it's past versus present. The rapid spin goes off there. Getting a little bit of chip from the Rocky helmet is nice. Samurott, though, is going to come in, and Stealth Rocks go up. So either way, there's going to be a hazard here. There is the Razor Shell from The Future Is Now Old Man Hours. Yeah, big time. The knockoff, getting rid of the Assault Vest, and out comes the Sacred Sword, which will get the knockout on Greg. My poor Empoleon. I have not played with my Empoleon well in the first 2 weeks. I think he's got one knockoff, and that's about it. Maybe a Stealth Rock. Hamilton, the Iron Valiant, getting a Moonblast for 22%. Not lowering the special attack, though, which is pretty solid there. Corky comes in, and Make It Rain hits pretty solid there. Probably should have gone to Quillfish here because I brought Quillfish with special defense. But Samurott comes on out there, takes the chip from the rocks. Psychic Noise comes out, and safe. Hisuian Quillfish comes out. Intimidate lowers the attack there. Ceaseless Edge, we're going spike for spike here as the Sacred Sword is going to hit for 25 on Pokey, but Barbarage is going to hit for 21, but no poison. Razor Shell misses Pokey, going for a Toxic Spike just to get the spikes back up there. And we do know that at the very least, there's a value on getting rid of these hazards for AW. Barbarage will bring Samu down to 34 as Mandy comes in on the Sacred Sword. Great call by me. Good job by me. Belly Bolt, though, able to come in, takes a chip a little bit. Earthquake is going to be nerfed by the Shuckaberry as a charge is going to come in there. Poison bringing it down a little bit, though. With potentially within range. Potentially into a range. Pokey, though, coming in on a obvious toxic. It was obviously a toxic. No, it might have not been toxic. Who knows? Barbarage getting big damage on the the now slacking off Belly Bolt as Pokey gets another Barbarage. Big critical hit. Massive critical hit. Big old critical hit. Undone, though, by another slack off to put it roughly where they started again. Barbarage is going to do another 24 there. And we be slacking. Oh, we be slacking all right. The put me through trying to get himself within range to not die to a future earthquake. And does just that. The Volt Switch is going to get the kill there, but it is going to give the momentum to me in figuring out where to go from here. Mancala comes out at 76% to the rocks and the poison. I decide I'm going to get rid of these hazards here. I'm going to do that, which is probably a mistake there because now the Trick Room goes up and Mancala, even if it's poisoned, has got a couple turns here that can keep it doing the damn thing. Moonblast comes out, does not get the kill. Hyper Voice crits and gets the kill to the poison there from the Overquill. Belly Bolt comes out, gets a little bit of chip there, but it will be able to get the knockout there. Chilling Water will put the... We get no shutouts. It was getting scary there. But Iron Valiant, the Toxic, dodges the Toxic, gets the agility up, and now Trick Room is up. And Trick Room's gone, I should say. It's not up, it's gone. Shadow Ball will take the Belly Bolt there as Goldengo comes in, takes a little bit of chip from the Rock, 6%. Shadow Ball, though, does not get the kill. That is a bulky boy. Make It Rain is going to get the kill as Party People takes out the Iron Valiant, leaving only Salamence against the world. 4v1, Mandy going for the Earthquake. Potentially could be in a pretty good position here. Hearthflame comes out 76. The poison damage at a +1. Mandy is able to get the kill. Salamence bringing it back to a 2-1 game. Great Tusk comes out now. The Great Tusk is not faster, but it is able to live with 5%. And Headlong Rush does not get the kill. Quillfish gets credited with another knockout as Mandy is unfortunately not going to be able to live this sucker punch, bringing this game to a 1-0 loss for me, a 1-0 win for AEW. Look at this. If you would have seen that, you saw there was a Great Tusk, an Ogerpon Hearthflame, a Terra Salamence, an Iron Valiant. And these are the 3 Pokemon that get the stars of the game. 2 knockouts for Bellibolt. 2 knockouts, 5 statuses, and 2 hazards for the Hisuian Quillfish, and 2 knockouts and 1 hazard. No knockout bigger than the game clinching one for the Diamondbacks, AW's Hisuian Avalon, holding on for dear life there. I did think about putting Salamence in 3. Bopped you so bad in the bean, you were bent back asswards. Yeah. But look, that Bellibolt, I'll tell you right now, that Bellibolt was, it could have done a little bit more. It could have, but it had to be in a spot where like it could live something, live an earthquake. I think Bellibolt's supremacy. It's also, I want to put Bellibolt there. Salamence had 2 kills. Had the kill on the Goldengo. Had the kill on the Hearthflame. But I think Bellibolt's defensive impact was better. 2 criminally underrated defense. Yeah. It was because you think about them, right? It's a grass type and an electric type. Right? It's a grass normal type, so you're weak to fighting types, for Christ's sakes. But their bulk is so good. Their movesets are very, very bulky, and they're just from whacking off to slacking off. That get bullied by Beto in the Discord chat saying that the team, it's a field full of mons that get bullied by Brambleghast. That is true. But yeah, AW had an incredible game here. Played around obviously didn't know it was scarfed or not, so that's why Ogerpon went in and got killed. That the only difference is if he had gone Great Tusk over Ogerpon first, he definitely lives. He absolutely wins 2-0, but a win is a win. And I did ask AW. I did ask him a question as to why he had so many goddamn 80 speed tier Pokemon. I did ask him that, and I thought I had this part prepped and ready, but I did not. So just give me a second here. I need to pause the music because the music might interfere with this. So here. So I asked AW, what's with the mid 80s speed tier fetish? And this is what AW had to say.
A lot of 80 speed Pokemon on my roster. I would equate it to the Masai Ujiri era in Toronto, where he just had 15 6'8" dudes who kind of couldn't shoot,
I haven't listened to this yet.
Kind of played defense. They did a lot of things like half-assed. But yeah, we just have that over here. They could do anything in a week. They might be defensive, they might be offensive. They might be scarfed. They might be in a tricker. I don't fucking know. But really, it's just a product of putting together 80%, 70% of this team after the draft. We got all the speed tiers covered though, so they all just get to hang out together.
That's all I wanted to know. That's all I wanted to know when I asked him. I was like, why so many 80 speed tiers? Like, if you look at this, you look at his team here. You look at this team here. 87, 85, 85, 85, 84. That's half his team right there is in the 80s. But all the speed tiers are covered. He's got 100, he's got 110, 120, and then the slow boy. So he's doing all right. He's doing okay for himself, I would say. I would say he's doing A-okay for himself. I am Grum. How we doing? We'll be getting into game 3 here, but while I'm getting all of that together, please, if you haven't already, follow on Twitch, twitch.tv/tgrum, like and subscribe on YouTube, tgrum on YouTube, and I appreciate any all support. Also, if you're interested, I need to start putting these things there, but the Patreon is gonna have my Dspl live commentary games as well as my ZAOU games live commentary, because they're Showdown, and I don't know how I feel about my Showdown content. I want it to look a certain way. I gotta play around with it. But also, I'm moving, so like I haven't had the time that I would like to do all of that, which is on me. That's me. I should have been like, I'm moving. I also said yes. Let me in on these leagues. Let me do these leagues, and then I bought a house. Bad job by me. I should have never bought a house. No, that's not true. Buy a house. I'm talking to you. Buy a house. If you can afford it. Don't buy a house if you can't. All right. Match number 4. Number 3, actually. And again, a game that I don't have the correct things. Actually, though, very funny. Back-to-back games where one of the teams is right. It's just on the wrong side there. Here we go. Nalus and Cornman taking on each other here. Cornman with Terra Ogrepon and Terra Regirock. Love how you were like, man, I wasn't able to do Season 4 the way I wanted because I was playing a wedding. I'll just do the next one after buying a house. I did not know we were going to buy a house so early in the season. I hope we did. I hope that we had bought it prior to the season starting, right? Ideally, we would have bought a house a month before, but it ain't up to me when the house arrives and when we buy it, right? It happens, right? It happens. But it is what it is. Cornman's team, very strong defensively, physically defensive, 98. That Regirock's doing a lot of helping out there, but a lot of good stuff there, right? And it's almost like the Regirock was supposed to be on the other side, because if you look at this team, if you look at Nalus' team, he got big numbers everywhere but physical defense. That Regirock's supposed to be his guy. It's supposed to be, but Cornman said, no, let me get the Regirock. I want Regirock. Terra Regirock, very good. Terra Ogrepon, also very strong here. But weak to ice and weak to flying. And there's a Regice and a Tornadus Therian on Nalus' side of thing. Nalus, though, he is weak to dark and weak to ice, which isn't... Cornman's not too able to take advantage of that naturally. His dark type is Mandibuzz, who's pretty defensive. At best 65 attacks at 55 special attack, but it could do some stuff. It could be a little annoying. But yeah, the normal resist as well. Both teams pretty strong against normal type. But the speed tiers are just weird for Nalus, right? You got 88, 80, 58, 55. So a lot of a lot of hey, I don't need to invest. I don't need to worry about speed creeping here, or Cranidos. Cranidos, even with a scarf, can't catch. I don't think it can catch. It definitely can't catch a scarf. Tauros, but I don't know if it can catch a Jolly Tauros or whatchamacallit, Garchomp. Not that it matters. It's not Terra, so it would struggle either way. But Arboliva is a Terra Captain, and that's a problem Pokemon. And the Cranidos, yeah, you're right. That's Rampardos. You're right. That is Rampardos. You're right. That's Rampardos. That's my... You're right. Shitmons and UNPL mindset. I saw, hey, look at that guy. But no, you're right. That is Rampardos. So, how did the coaches look at this matchup and attack it with their 6? Starting off with Garchette Bowles, the Garchomp. We got Loaded Dice, Swords Dance, Liquidation, Scale Shot, and Earthquake with the rough skin. Obviously, it's the only legal ability here. Jolly. So we're getting some chip going here, and we're getting going. We're getting going with Garchomp. Offensive this week. Tink Benito, the Tinkaton. Leftovers, Encore, Knockoff, Gigaton Hammer, and Thunder Wave for Mold Breaker. You like to see that. Got some speed investment there, but mostly here for special defense bulk. This is really good. You Tinkaton, I love Tink. Tink's such a fun utility Pokemon. It has such a good moveset. And in ZA, it got Woodhammer. So that's been cool. I'm excited for it to have Woodhammer in Gen 10. Or just in Champions, I guess. Meloetta, Expert Belt Meloetta with Psychic, Close Combat, Relic Song, and Triple Axle. So we've got a mostly special attacking, but that Relic Song is going to give a very strong close combat, and Triple Axle is just generally strong Serene Grace, meaning there is a 20% chance of sleeping and a 20% chance of special defense being dropped by this Meloetta. Then we got Bogerpon, the Terra Grass. It's the only type it can be. Also, it was Terra Normal Meloetta. Ogerpon, knockoff U-turn, Ivy Cudgel, Spikes, attack, speed. Go crazy, my guy. Go crazy. Then there's Sertandibuzz. Actually, I like that one. Sertandibuzz is good. Then we Toxic, Taunt, Roost, and U-turn. So get shut down by Taunt, but hey, we're here to do a couple things. One of which is to spread Toxic. One of which is the tank hits and then get the hell out. And then Glim Biners. This is Assault Vest with Toxic Debris, Modal Spin, Power Gem, Earth Power, Energy Ball. We've got a lot of defense here, Glamora. So we got special defense with Glamora. We've got physical defense with Mandibuzz. We've got physical or special defense with the Tinkaton, or just general bulk for Tinkaton, but special defense is good. And then relying, I would die for my country, Meloetta. There it is, Meloeno, Hufanga. Then there is Garchomp's physical attack. Meloetta can mix here because it gets to 128 attack. It's so good. It's so fun. And then Ogerpon is also attack. So nice blend of attacking and defense here from Cornman 6. Let's take a look at Analysis 6. Court mandated. Tornado's Choice Specs, Terra Water with Terra Blast, Icy Wind, Bleak Windstorm, and Dark Pulse. Love to see it there. Billy Big, the Dondozo with Sticky Barb, Rest, Earthquake, Avalanche, and Waterfall. Okay, so I better see a knockoff coming here. It's so upsetting. Yeah, I'm seeing this. I like this. I like this set, right? Because it's like, hey, go ahead and hit me, but I better see a knockoff here. Shadow Ball, Stealth Rock, Ice Beam, and Soft Boil, and the Heavy Duty Boots, Natural Cure, Blissey. Max Defense, Modest Nature with 168 EVs and Special Attack, and the rest into Special Defense. Really using up the natural HP stat of 255 and saying, you know what, I don't need to invest in HP. I simply do not. I don't. It's right there. Saul Speedman, The Regieleki Light Clay with Reflect and Light Screen, Volt Switch, and Rapid. That was supposed to be Serene Grace, but I forgot. Well, yeah, so it would have been 20% chance to drop to freeze and 40 for Shadow Ball. But hey, Natural Cure, if you need to give up a knock, you can, I think you'd be all right. You'd be okay. Max HP, some defense EVs, and I believe that is enough speed investment in Regieleki to outspeed a Terra Ogerpon. I believe that's the number it hits. 525, I think is the number it hits, right? Yeah, I think so. Petulant with Air Balloon. I like that. Recover, Parting Shot, Shadow Ball, Malignant Chain, HP investment, Special Defense investment with a little bit of Special Attack investment. What more to say? You don't. Again, when you have the big number Pokemon, you can kind of get away with not investing into those big number spots here. And then Mew, the Monty move pool makes his debut. Expert Belt, Flame Charge, Swords Dance, Psychic Fangs, and Ice Spinner. Max attack, max speed. I like what I see here. I like what I see. This is some good stuff from this team. I'm guessing maybe you were expecting a Pickpocket for Tinkaton. Okay, for Sticky Barb. Okay. Not a bad idea. But then if you hit it, then you lose. Yeah. But yeah, I like this. I like this Mew set. I want to use Mew. Mew's one of those Pokemon that, I love a Pokemon with a diverse moveset, and Mew literally learns every TM in the game. It's one of, I think Mew is the only Pokemon that learns all the terrains. Because I think because you get Misty and I know Meowstic gets Psychic and Misty terrain, but it doesn't get Grassy terrain and it doesn't get Electric terrain. So it's pretty good. God, the move order on the Mew is making me want to punch something. I'm never making edits last minute again. I mean, look, get a Flame Charge and then you're +1 Swords Dance. Yeah, I get it though. Yeah, Swords Dance should probably go first. All right, so without further ado, let us go to our next matchup here of Nalus and Cornman. Two really strong battlers going at it here. Going to be taking each other on here. And I believe this is the second time you guys have faced off against each other. Leading things off for Cornman and Nalus is Big Billy for Nalus, the Dondozo, and the Ogre Pond Teal Mask for Mr. Cornman. The Avalanche doing massive damage, 47%. Sticky Barb taking 8%, but his spikes do go up for onto the Nalus Midwest Bochien side of things. A Avalanche, though, going to do some decent damage to the Mandibuzz, who taunts and then takes a waterfall from the Dondozo, who leaves at about 50% health after it's all said and done. Actually, no, it was, because that was about right. Reflect goes up for the Nalus side of things, letting this is scary here. Icy Wind from Tornadus. Choice Specs. Icy Wind takes out the Garchomp +2. Said, I do not care. Goodbye, pal. And out comes Glamora, taking advantage of the type matchup, and it's AV there. The Air Balloon pops on Petulant, letting the Earth Power hit Petulant from the Glamora, but Petulant able to live it and get a Parting Shot to get out, allowing Tornadus to come back in, forcing Tinkaton in for the Glamora. Terra Water, the Tornadus Terras into a Water type, goes for a Terra Blast, does about 40% to the Tinkaton before Leftovers gets it back over 65. Thunder Wave comes out onto the Dondozo which doesn't necessarily hurt it because it's Dondozo. It's kind of slow already. And Dondozo is going to be able to go for the rest here, but the Sticky Barb is going to continue to be a bane in Nalus's side because it could not be at full health. It's going to be at 88 there. Incredible taunt there, preventing the Regieleki to get the screens up, but so forcing it to go for a Volt Switch onto the Meloetta. Close combat onto... Wow. Wait a second. Hold on. Oh, no. Okay. I was going to say, wait, was Blissey faster? No, Blissey was not faster. Blissey takes a big chunk of damage as the Meloetta close combats it, follows it up with a Relic Song. Relic Song is going to be able to take out the Dondozo, but that does put Meloetta back into the regular form, which is actually pretty solid here as the Meloetta is going to be able to have a nice little change of direction. Once again, spamming the Relic Song here. Spamming it. Spamming Relic Song. Taking out 2 Pokemon. Meloetta, 2 knockouts, giving a 5-4 lead for Cornman and the Montana Marowaks. But with the screen set up, it is a not great time to be a Marowak. It is not a great time to be whacking off as Mew is set up at +2. Will it be able to get past +2? Flame Charge is able to knock out the Tinkaton from full health, from near full health, I should say. Sorry, near full health, not at full health, but it's able to do it at +1 now. The Mew is going to be faster than everything except the Terra Ogerpon, but the screens are up for another 2 turns here. Monty Move Pool gets the +2. Won't be able to now nothing will be able to outspeed it. But it goes to sleep. Mew is asleep behind the screens. A big triple axle. But the Reflect is going to prevent a lot of damage from coming up. Meloetta going for its only strong move here for this matchup is going to be the triple axle, and it hits 3 times again. Unfortunately, Monty Move Pool, the Mew wakes up and the Flame Charge comes out. The Reflect being a massive, massive play as the Ice Spinner is going to be able to take out Mandibuzz, leaving Ogerpon as the only Pokemon left. Terra's to get the speed boost, but it will not be enough as a +3 speed Mew is fast enough to finish out the game. Screens from Regieleki, massive. But unfortunately, wasn't able to get a knockout. If it got a knockout, I would probably have given it the third spot over the Tornadus, who did get a very important knockout with the Icy Wind landing and taking out the Garchomp. Otherwise, that Garchomp was poised to go crazy. It just, it would have just taken. I think it would have taken out everything. I don't think there was anything it would have been able to, really. I guess would have been able to take out right? Because Dondozo. Well, yeah, but Dondozo was alive. But Dondozo was. I guess you were unaware, right? So it would have been Earthquake. And then an Avalanche would have killed it, yeah. But then you basically are sacking, so it's... Yeah, but it would have taken out the Tornadus and the Dondozo in effort. Like Dondozo, you would have traded Dondozo for Garchomp. No problem. All right, because let's see here. Let me go back into this game. Where were you at when you left? Because you took 25%. You were at 76. So Earthquake would have done like what, 30? So you would have been down to 40, and then you would have lost another 8th to Sticky, right? Although I guess Scale Shot could have missed, so you didn't want. Yeah. Yeah. We could actually talk to the coach that did not get the win in Cornman here, because Cornman is joining us. Mr. Man of the Corn, if you would.
Hello.
Unfortunate loss there. Not the start you wanted. 0-2 to begin this season. But we in the DSPL believe in a longer season. So there's 8 more weeks. So you have plenty of time to turn it around. And you got yourself a strong. They're not bad losses. You lost to AW, you lost to Nallis, 2 great battlers, and Nallis played to his win con, which is get Mew behind screens. If you get about one more turn of sleep, that Meloetta was poised to do some good stuff, but sometimes it is not meant to be. How do you feel coming out of this matchup against Nallis?
Yeah, it was a tough fought battle. Mew was definitely the thing that I prepped for the least, because it's hard to prep for Mew because you don't know what the fuck it's gonna do. Choice specs Icy Wind Tornadus was definitely something I did not anticipate, and is something that moving forward, I just need to know what every single ice coverage move that my opponent has and how much investment it needs to knock out Garchomp. Because that's twice in a row, 2 weeks in a row that Garchomp has died prematurely because of ice coverage I was not expecting. And so, I'm making some edits to my game planning moving forward of having more in the tank for those coverages. And then as far as the battle went really well, I thought Nilus had really good prep. Definitely needed screens, and you kind of need screens against my team, I think, or they at least really help just because of the burst damage that's able to come out from it. If you can have that, that's pretty good. And so I think we talked in the Relic song that put Alecki at 5% was a 50-50 roll, and it living meant that I think Reflect was the second screen that went up. Or no, the light screen was. Reflect went up first.
Yep. Yeah, Reflect went up first.
Yeah, so I mean that's having all special damage, that would have potentially been full. Going into Mew, definitely my physical coverage on Meloetta was better. So it was just one of those things. The screens are a really good play, and I didn't have anything to deal with those because I didn't have defog on Mandibuzz this week. It was kind of full kitted to stop Dozo. So
which it did, and it also kind of stopped the Regieleki. Like, you did go for the taunt, he brought it in, and it prevented him from getting. It did prevent him from getting the screens up earlier, which is really good. Just click the button once, please. Well, here's the thing, Nallis. He had items, so the sticky barb would have never have gone onto your opponent. We can talk about when we interview you, Nallis, but the sticky barb was never going to work unless Pokemon was itemless and he had items on all 6 Pokemon. But what was your reaction when you saw that the Dondozo had sticky barb?
It took me. I didn't see the first tick of damage. I didn't notice the first tick of damage from sticky barb. I saw tick damage. Maybe, I don't know really. I think what happened was the avalanche scared the shit out of me because I thought leading Ogerpon was safe because it would trigger an immediate petch switch. I didn't think he would let Dozo take a potential Terra Grass. Could have been choice banded Ivy Cudgel. I thought that would have been unwise, and so I was always kind of expecting either it's an immediate switch to Petch, or if he led Torn, I was going to Terra and you turn out into Glamora. That was just always kind of the lead strategy. And so I was gonna set a spike, expecting a patch switch, and then play a pivot game from there. So the avalanche kind of spooked me, and I didn't even notice the sticky barb damage right away. I didn't notice it until it was its second time on the field where it started getting ticked down. I was like, How's it getting ticked down? Because the plan was to toxic it or T-wave it and chip it down that way, and it was just doing that on its own. So that was very well appreciated. But yeah, like I said, it came down to a couple rolls at the end. The Mew was a really good bring, and the way he brought it was really good with the flame charge to hit Tankaton for something and to outspeed Ogerpon at the end. So it's one of those things that couple of rolls go differently, or I get another turn of sleep on Mew, and I think Meloetta kind of just won after that. It was at least, it'd have to hit some triple axles and do its thing in pirouette form, but I had it, Petch was in range to die from a pirouette psychic. Tornadus could have died to not that it was Terra Water. It being Terra Water made triple axle not work, so maybe Tornadus would have lived. I didn't end up calcing out whatever that was, but maybe a close combat from pirouette would have put it close. It was going to be kind of touch and go to the end, and at least Ogerpon would have come in and cleaned up Terra Water Tornadus.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So like it was, it kind of came down to if a couple rolls, if I had max rolled on all the damages into Mew, I could have KO'd, and if I would have gotten the extra turn of sleep, I would have been able to win. But that's just Pokemon, man. That's just the RNG that comes into the game. And I feel really good, even though I'm 0-2. I feel good about the first 2 weeks against two tough battlers. And I'm looking to have some fun over the next couple.
Yeah, I was gonna say you do get a little bit of a anytime you start a season and one of your first two games is against one of the only two champions in the league. It's a tough draw. But next week you face your fellow Midwestern man Osh. How do you feel about your matchup next week against the Twin City Thick Boys?
I feel really good about it. Osh consistently calls me bloodline fodder. And so I love prepping for Osh. Prepping for Osh is a lot of fun. I get to have a little bit of fun on the calcs because I know when we step in between the lines on the court next week, things are going to get wild.
As they always do. Anytime Osh is in, he's a wild boy. Call him Steve-O. I don't know. I had a playlist going while I was doing home improvement stuff this weekend, and the song came on. I was like, "Whoa, wait a second! What a throwback to better times and worse times with Machine Gun Kelly being a hit maker." But Cornman, tough loss, but looking forward to seeing you next week and wishing you luck in getting your first win in this season of the DSPL. Thank you for joining me.
Appreciate you.
Now let us see the winner, the winning coach from that side of things, if he so would like to. Either way.
Oh my God.
Instead of that's a good. Dallas, welcome in. Congrats on the win. 2-0 to start
Hell yeah,
the season. 2 big wins, a 5-0 and a 4-0.
Two big wins with 2 very embarrassing moments. One, forgetting about the fact that, simultaneously forgetting about the fact that Prankster doesn't affect dark types, and also that Poop Unbound is a dark type. And 2,
good one. Yep.
Learning exactly how Sticky Barb works, because my dumbass thought that it didn't actually transfer as a held item.
Yes, it does.
But I guess the only thing I've ever seen use it is Magic Guard Clefable. Which can use knockoff.
Correct. Right. That's why when I was looking through your team, I'm like, I'm not seeing a knockoff here. And watching the and I watched the games beforehand so I can do all these stats and everything. But I'm sitting there, I'm like, Huh. I didn't see a knockoff there. Oh, maybe Mew had it,
No.
and just never used it. Mm-mm. And I'm like, wait a second, I saw all 4 moves, so it didn't have it. And I'm like, sitting there, I don't think he brought a Pokemon that other than Mew that learns knockoff.
I just thought that it worked differently.
Fair. That's fair.
We've
all been there.
I was watching. I prepped a portion of that team, like while Cornman was watching the Broncos game, and while I was also watching the Broncos game, because oh my god, if anybody watches those games, holy shit, they were crazy.
It was a good.
But just like that game finished. And I looked over at my team and was like, all right, let's do a couple last-minute changes. Why do I have attacking moves on this? Why do I have these attacking moves on this Alecki? It doesn't hit anything on this team.
That was the interesting thing about Regieleki into this matchup. I was like, yeah, I mean, it does, do a lot of damage to Dondozo and I guess Mandibuzz.
Well, I have the Dondozo.
Or no, you're right. It hit Mandibuzz is what I was thinking.
Yeah.
But like a Terra Ground Regirock just kind of it sits in front of it because you can do or Terra Electric if you really want to be funky, and
so I switched it to screens.
Yeah, which I mean, hey, it was the right call, right? Literally won. Otherwise, that triple axle would have gotten
this Mew needs some support. Let's put some screens on this fast boy.
Smart.
Who needs Prankster when you just have 200 base speed?
I was gonna say you don't really need that speed when, or you don't really need Prankster when nothing outspeeds you naturally, anyways, and most things don't have the power to knock you out with a priority move, like unless you're Terra Normal Dragonite, like that's.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to whatever week I fight Diabeto. Okay.
We'll just run that's what Petron's for.
Yeah, of course. ignore Earthquake and Terra Blast flying and all that kind of stuff.
Sure, exactly.
Anyway,
see, you understand, you get it. But yeah, I think it's funny that this is the second week, 2 weeks into the season. I can't wait to see what niche mechanic.
I screw up next.
Not even. I wouldn't say screw up, but just like overlook. Like I was sitting there like Sticky Barb. I'm like, okay.
I'm focusing a lot on this Sticky Man.
Because it was so it just stood out. You don't see Sticky Barb on anything other than Magic Guard Clefable, right? Mm-hmm, and then I go and look at and you lead the Dondozo and I'm like, whoa. What was the? Well, I was sitting there. I'm like, I was sitting there. I'm like, what? I'm sitting there. I'm like, he didn't have a Paradox Pokemon. Like, I'm looking. I'm like, I paused the replay when I'm watching. I'm like, what the? Did that? Okay, whatever. Hey, you know what?
You're like trying to figure out like, what's the 5-head play here? I'm just a dumbass.
It's so much fun to be like, what's going on here? What are we doing here? But like most times, it's not always the case that there's a lot of thought going into these things. But you're 2-0, which is good. You're tied with first with Diabeto. You guys are both 2-0 with 9 plus 9 differential.
Yeah. Well, after the math is fixed for Diabeto.
Yeah. Which it'll be fixed when it goes on the official list, official sheet. But how does it feel to be 2-0? Like I know, like I said with Corn, like it's a long season. 0-2 is not necessarily like the death knell. However, 2-0 on the flip side is very big because you are like you're closer to being to 5. Like even if you finish like your 5 wins gets you to 500 on the season guaranteed, and I don't think anybody who has finished 500 or has not made the playoffs in the DSPL. And we do a little bit like we do 10 weeks, 8. We do 8 people making the playoffs. So I think it's one of those weird things where like even though you could be 4 and 6 and make it, you tend to not be. I'd have to look at that. I'd have to like look back and just be like, okay, this is that. But 2-0 is a really good start, especially when you have a differential of +9. Because if you're just playing close games, even if you lose, these big wins float you on some of these close losses.
Look, big numbers get big differentials.
That's true, and hopefully for you, they continue to be on the positive side for you.
I
But
doubt it. I fight you next week.
look, you fight me next week, but also like you're one of the only people who have 6-0'd me. I think it's you, AW, and I think Wreck-It Mike 6-0'd me.
Yeah, but now you have to get revenge, so I'm going to get 6-0'd.
If I was
And we're
really
even.
good, if I was really good at story, script writing and storytelling, I would. But I'm not. I'm simply not.
So you admit this is all scripted.
I wish it was. Dude, I wish it was scripted. You think if I was scripting this, you think I wouldn't have made it to where you guys give me more money all the time and corrupt all the ways? Like that if I had the ability to script it, that's what I would do. I would just be like, yeah, no, here, give me $15 and script storytelling. Yeah, you're right. I need to hit Patch Specialty. We are clicking Terra Dragon Twister. It's so funny. I can't wait for Beto to actually do that. He's not lying. He's going to do it.
I believe it.
You're right.
Terrified.
Role playing is cringe, Johnner. I would never be doing it. I would never be caught doing it again, ever. Like, it's such a cringe thing. I wouldn't even join it like a role play server as like a friend thing. I wouldn't even do that. Like, hey, like we're all over here. Like, if you want to hang out sometimes, I'm like, y'all role play. That's a server for a role play server. I'm good. Like, we can hang out.
Hates D&D.
No, I don't hate D&D. I might be jonesing to do a little D&D of some kind. But role play, Grand Theft Auto role play, never. I'm never gonna do it ever again. Never ever gonna do it again. Never gonna do it again. But now it's next week. Your opponent, I just had it here, is me.
Yeah.
And
why do you need it there? It's just you.
Because I don't remember things. I have the object permanence of a cat. Actually, I think a dog has a worse one. So I'm going to say I have an object permanence of a dog.
Fair.
Anything you want to say to me to my face about our matchup?
Yeah. Iron Valiant's a fucking fraud, and I'm going to prove that you are too.
Wow. Well, that second one's not hard to do. The first one, maybe also not that hard to do either, but we'll see. Now, congrats on the win.
It'll be fun. We're going to have fun.
I hope I'm able to, be your first loss.
I hope you aren't.
Fair enough. Hey,
but if I'm going to lose to anybody, you're a pretty good guy to lose to.
I appreciate that. I disagree, but I appreciate it nonetheless.
What?
Now it's the coach of the undefeated.
You don't get to just disagree with that. I get to make that choice.
No. I get to say I'm a bad guy. I'm a bad man.
Yeah, sure.
That's me. I'm the baddest.
Absolutely. That's why we're all here. We all love you. You're just such a bad person.
Hey, a lot of bad people create content-centric communities. So
we're not going to get into that conversation.
Fair enough.
There's a lot of controversy about that in the Pokemon community specifically. Let's not jump into it. I don't think it's going to be a good idea for your brand.
I'm just saying, buddy. I jump in. I'm not the one actually doing any of it. I am bringing it up though. I will bring it up.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I will.
There is no wrong place to hold somebody accountable.
That's right. All right, now let's hold. I'm going to hold you accountable. Get on out of here with your 2-0 record, and next week I'm going to hold an L because I'm probably going to lose to you. But maybe not. Who knows?
Wow.
Who knows? You like
no belief.
No belief. No belief. That's right. Or maybe I'm just storytelling that things are not going my way. Who knows?
Oh my god. Roleplay.
Yeah. Gross. But yes, thank you, Nals, and good luck next week, maybe. So our next matchup here. There it is. I'm trying to get all my paperworks together. So I can do all this stuff correctly here. Our next matchup, I think this was the first one we can actually go to this matchup screen, and it's correct. Yes, this is correct. I was like, wait, is this correct? Yes, it is correct. So Johnner made some changes this week, or going into this week. He made some changes going into week number 2. He dropped. Who did he drop again? I had it. Who did he drop? He dropped Hydrapple, Suicune, Tyranitar, Piloswine, and Arbok, and picked up Kyurem, Venusaur, Blastoise, and Rhyperior, named Kilowattrel and Blastoise Terra Captains. And Greninja, this is the first time we're seeing Willie's Greninjadelphia Eagles. His match with Didect is also incoming. And they are, so this is the first time we're seeing Willie this season. He's got a Komodo, he's got a Corviknight, he's got Iron Bundle, Terra Skeledirge, Gastrodon, Urshifu, Single Strike, Kaparaja, Grafaiai, who I love, and Frostlass. Taking a little deeper into this matchup for both teams here. Kilowattrel is not the fastest Pokemon in the matchup, but Johnner's team is fast as hell. It has 3 of the 4 fastest Pokemon, but there is a drop between the Cinderace and the Kyurem. It's not as bad as it used to be, because I believe there was a difference between it was Cinderace to Annihilate before, and now there's a little bit less of an egregious thing. It's still what's that? That would be 24 speed difference. But Willie's has almost as bad as one between Frostlass and Grafaiai and the Urshifu Single Strike. Taking a look, we're going to focus a little bit more on Willie's here because we have not seen Willie's team just yet. Iron Bundle topping the charts there. His physical attack is very strong, 97 overall average for the team there. But his special defense is very weak. Komodo is the only Pokemon with a special defense above 90. Corviknight at 85, Gastrodon at 82, and then it just kind of falls off a cliff. 72 Grafaiai, 70 for Frostlass. Like it's not a very strong special defensive team, so that is a weak spot for Willie. But this week might not be too much of a problem. The Kyurem, Venusaur, and the Kilowattrel are really the only special attackers here, but Rabombi can get set up and be a problem. Blastoise can get set up, be a problem. Weaknesses for each side, Ghost and Flying for Johnner's side of things, which Frostlass doesn't have the kind of firepower to take advantage of that, and Corviknight surely isn't, doesn't have like the strongest attacks, but Skeledirge can become a problem for Johnner because he's got Blastoise and he does have a Rhyperior, but that's a Terra Skeledirge who can become a Terra Water. They can become a Terra Dragon and become a problem. It can become just go Terra Ghost and just hit really hard there. And Willie's side of things, weak to ground and weak to fighting, which, yikes. Annihilate looking pretty strong here. Looking pretty good there. Maybe a Scarf set and you just click close combats and until you can bring the Frostlass, force the Frostlass in there. But we'll see what each team brought here with their 6, starting with Johnner's 6, leading off, making his debut. Kyurem just got picked up and getting put right into the swing of things here. Choice Scarf, Freeze Dry, Draco Meteor, Earth Power, Flash Cannon, Max Special Attack, Modest, and some investment there at 273. Puts it in pretty good range to, I think that outspeeds a Modest or an Adamant Urshifu. Then you got Usher, the Annihilate with a Roselli Berry, Terra Fighting, Bulk Up, Drain Punch, Rage Fist, and Earthquake. Max Bulk, just a 248 HP. Some special defense bulk, 8 in special defense investment, and then Adamant 252 in attack. Really strong, Defiant. That's just it. I mean, it's Annihilate. It does what it needs to do. Rabombi with Focus Sash, Sticky Web, Moonblast, Quiver Dance, and Energy Ball. Max special attack, speed, enough speed to outspeed the Grafaiai and the Frostlass. Does want to avoid getting taunted though by the Biographiae, potentially, with Prankster. Clarkson, the Cinderace, Life Orb, Libero, obviously. Court Change, Pyro Ball, Low Kick, and U-Turn. Now, here's the problem. If the sticky webs go up on your side of the, you get the sticky web up, that Court Change now puts them on your side of things, and that's not ideal. So maybe we'll see a Rapid Spin. We do see a Rapid Spin on Blastoise, Assault Vest, a bulky Adamant, max attack, max HP, Assault Vest, Blastoise with Rapid Spin, Ice Spinner, Earthquake, and Aqua Jet. Whoo-wee! Timberlake, I like the names. And then Christina, the Kilowattrel Terra Fairy with choice specs, Air Slash, Thunderbolt, Volt Switch, and Terra Blast, max special attack, and a timid nature speed to get to 352. It's pretty good there. Marshall, because this is Usher, Pink is, these are all musicians from the early 2000s. Kelly Clarkson for Cinderace, Christina Aguilera, Marshall. Marshall. I mean, what's your Thursday likes for D&D? Role-playing is based, and I totally haven't wasted the 10 Look. Yeah, Court Change your own webs to give Annihilate +2 attack. You're cooking. Because that was what I thought at first. I'm like, well, if I don't see Rapid Spin, surely that will be the thought. And then I saw Rapid Spin, that thought immediately left my head. But yeah, that's such a funny. Because then you do like White Herb too. Right? You do White Herb to get rid of your speed. You get Acrobatics, you're at +2. Whoo! Whoo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Golly, Miss Molly. And just like the Kilowattrel, Terra Fairy is fun. Volt Absorb, good stuff. What did Willie bring? We got Pharaoh, the Komodo with Bulletproof, Clangorous Soul, Drain Punch, Flame Thrower, and Clanging Scale. So we're clanging and banging here. Clangorous Soul gives it is a Omni boost at the cost of 33% of your HP there. So we got some investment in the bulks in HP, defense, and special defense. We're doing all that stuff. Get bulky and really just use the Clangorous Soul to get some boost there. Good coverage. I like it. Corviknight, Leftovers, Iron Defense, Body Press, Brave Bird, and Roost. So here is, I'm noticing Willie. We got to get the natures. We get the natures. We're cooking with gas. We're cooking with gas here. We make this an impish defense. Look at that. Ooh, 316. We make this. We'll do. See, this one makes sense. This one you don't want to, just because. I mean, it's always tough when you got a Komodo and you want to go with Clangorous Soul. It is tough. Jeff Bezos, the Iron Bundle. I love it. Ice Beam, Freeze Drive, Flip Turn, and Encore. Love it. I love it. Again, similar here, right? We would like to let's get a timid guy here, right? Boom, bada boom, 408. And we can save some of that. We can save some of that speed. Machine Gun Skelly? Nah, that's insane. I had no idea that's what the name of it was. But a great name. Great name. Heavy Duty Boots, Unaware, Terra Fairy, Torch Song, Will-O-Wisp, Slack Off, and Hex. Great. Again, similar. We just do this. We do that. We save 32. We got 104, 108, and then we put them in there. Ooh. That's all I should probably tell him about that before he plays his week 3 game. Tums, great nickname. I'm liking these nicknames. Recover, Yawn, Clear Smog, Earth Power, beautiful. Beautiful. Storm Drain, really good. Really good. I don't think it... Well, it does, because Blastoise can't, Aqua Jet, flip turn on it. I like that a lot. And then Mike Gundy, the Urshifu. That's a man. He's 40. Wicked Blow, Close Combat, Sucker Punch, and Focus Punch. We're just punching shit, man. Love it. I love it. Punching shit. Punch shit for the fuck of it. We just need to get these natures in. And that'll change how some of these, because if we give this more special defense, we give this more defense, we give this the same speed, but now we can give it some more HP. Corviknight, we give it more defense by doing this. That's nice. Mike Gundy, we give him speed or attack, either one. But all in all, it would be fun. It's fun. Willie's Greninja Delphia Eagles taking on the Long Island Ducklets. Game number 1 for Willie here. Game number 5 for us. Is it game 5? No, game 4. Sorry, it's game number 4 for us. It is technically game 5. Now, why? See, I'm just realizing now that there's this little sliver of thing here. Either way, all right, let's get it going here. Yeah. Mute that. We've got a big flamethrower, nice flamethrower. Sticky webs go up though, as Blastoise is going to come out and eats that flamethrower. Wow, no thing. Clanging scales go. See, now this is where if you've gone for the clanging scales, you can then drain punch. That's a big. I mean, look, 40% critical hit. You're roughly doing the same amount of damage twice. You're going to need a crit here to get a kill. That would have been a dead Blastoise, except this Ice Spinner now is down and your Komodo is down. And the other thing is not having Defog on Corviknight means that those webs are up at all times. And woo-wee! Not that it matters when you have a Kilowattrel who is faster than everything. Yawn. Good Yawn. Great Yawn. Energy Ball does not get the kill. Good to see. Clear Smog comes in. Does not get the kill. But the Rabombi now goes to sleep, meaning that Sleep Clause is still in effect there. Nothing can be put to sleep other than the Rabombi until the Rabombi is dead or awake. Bulk Up comes out. Yawn goes through, but because it only makes him drowsy, Annihilate is going to finish this turn still awake because of the Sleep Clause mod. And there was a little bit of confusion between the coaches. I got a couple DMs saying, hey, what's going on here? I do like, though, that the Corviknight here is saying, all right, you can't hurt me, but unfortunately, the Corviknight's not going to be able to do too much against the Annihilate either. In fact, it's only going to do about 20% here, and it's going to continue to make the Rage Fist stronger for the Annihilate, and he's just undoing, like, he's just a net negative, because the Drain Punch is giving Annihilate enough health to really not be in a bad spot here, and the recoil is just bringing it down even more. Roost, great call on the Roost, but we're going to be in the same position here where we are where we are. But this is a great call, fantastic call from Willie there to go for the Terra. A Shadow Ball would have gotten I'm pretty sure Shadow Ball would have got the kill, or at the very least brought it within range where this Ice Beam would have gotten the kill. Instead, Annihilate is going to clear the board here with 4 knockouts, getting a kill here on the Corviknight and giving Long Island... Oh, wait, wrong button. Giving Long Island the 5-0 victory. A real... It's going to do... Yep, there it is. Okay. 1 knockout for Shifu, 1 knockout for Kilowattrel, 4 knockouts for Annihilate. Really good stuff there. The webs went up. The webs did not really give Johnner too much of a boost. But you know, it's good to have, right? The Terra into the Fairy type for Willie, great call, right? And then immediately going for the Will-O-Wisp, not the right call, right? When we look back at this, you know, he had Hex, right? Hex would have I mean, look, Ice Beam, I know the difference between the two. It's a 90 base power move with 347. But even if the hex doesn't kill, right? You're looking at a dead Annihilate with, and game goes a little different because you still have a pretty strong attacker, and the water the water resist is gone, right? Your Rabambi has 3% health and is sleepy. Kill a Watchalong still is an issue, but you're faster than it. You don't know that, but you're still faster than it. You can hit it decently hard. And then you would have had your Corviknight. So those are just little things that change that you get with experience. That said, somebody who's very experienced, who's been in all 5 seasons of the DSPL, and who has a 5-0 victory under his belt, the general manager of the Long Island Ducklets. Actually, I was given this note prior to the season, so the Ducklets have been in the season for 5 years. They've gone through a couple of changes. Who is the GM of this season's Long Island Ducklets?
My name is Harold Hestard.
Harold Hestard. Welcome
That's
to the
correct.
DSPL. Welcome to the DSPL. It is a pleasure to finally meet your acquaintance. I feel like your name has a very familiar tone, not familiar tone, but a sound to a former disgraced general manager of the Long Island Ducklets in Harold Pestard. But I'm sure that's just a coincidence and nothing of the sort else.
That fellow, he wears a bowler cap and a suit. I wear this green puffy jacket, and I'm hip.
That you are, and will say that is a very nice and hip green puffy jacket that I'm looking at here. I'm not going to show the rest of the. I'm not the other people. They haven't deserved to see this just yet. But you, Mister Hestard, you do deserve it. Congrats on your win. Your 1-1 first win in the DSPL. First win of the season. Last week you lost to me, but fuck off, Pestard. You are not welcome here. This isn't Harold Pestard. No. This is
different.
Completely different guy. This is Harold Hestard. Right? That's how you pronounce your name. Harold? Correct?
But yeah, that's me.
Okay. Harold Hestard, yes. This is not Pestard. It's not Harold Pestard. He's not look. Even though I as a commissioner have probably not been on top of the ball with things the last couple seasons due to getting married, buying a house, I tell you this right now. There's no way that Harold Pestard would ever be allowed back into the DSPL in any form or fashion. We have all the paperwork, the local authorities, the league offices, the security offices, and the security department, and everybody knows if they see Harold Pestard, he is to be the cops are the authorities, not the federal authorities, are to be called. I'm pretty sure he's committed federal crimes and is wanted on a federal level.
We know about that. Yeah, he's a bad man.
He's a bad man. Him and his criminal support, some Ponzi scheme thing. I don't know. But don't worry. Do not fret, DSPL fans. It would be, it's impossible for Harold Pestard to ever return to the DSPL. He would not be allowed in any form or fashion. And we've done our due diligence. Harold Hestard, not Harold Pestard. I know that the names sound familiar. I thought the same thing. I thought maybe it was a typo and somebody made a mistake. I'm like, oh my God, like we got to scramble before this gets out. But no, it is Harold Hestard. How does it feel to get your first win?
It's really great. You know, an honor to lose to you last week. It was a good learning experience of where we needed to change things and although we're still looking to make some changes, but we feel like we're in a good spot now.
Yeah, you made some strong changes. Adding Kiram, having some power to your team, balancing out your attack a little bit with your special attack, which was good. Your speed tiers are a little off, but I've seen worse. Polly from SpongeBob accent, a little bit, yeah, a little bit. It does kind of sound like Tom Kenny's Polly, yeah. It's true. Sorry, Mr. Hester.
I don't know who that is.
Polly from it's a character from a child's TV show. Don't worry. It's just a quality joke. It's a quality reference. Clearly, you did not get. That said, were you worried when your Rage Fist did not kill the Terra Fairy Skeledirge and leaving your Annihilate open for potential, knockout with a Shadow Ball?
My goodness, I was surprised, but I wasn't worried. I feel like the rest of the team could have picked up the rest of the fight.
I went over it a little bit, and yeah, definitely could have. It was a very advantageous position. It just would have been the difference between a 5-0 and maybe a 3-0. Maybe at worst a 2-0 loss. But either way, next week you are going to be taking on another stalwart member of the history of the DSPL, the Minnesota Lycan Wolves, and general manager Bask. How are you? What are your thoughts going into your first ever matchup? You, Harold Hestard, your first ever matchup against general manager Bask.
Well, me and my assistant coach, Cupcake, we have been going over the footage of the past seasons, and as Cupcake has put it, he'll probably lose himself, quote unquote, with the Bask.
Okay. Yep, Cupcake. Okay. Is that like CUPCA? Is that spelled? Is that spelled at all differently, or is that just?
Has a. It's a whole. I'm being told we need to skedaddle. So it was great. Thank you for the interview.
Of course. Yes. Thank you.
Be here next week. Toodaloo.
Toodaloo. Oh. Okay. Well, Harold Hestard of the Long Island Ducklets, everybody. Ducklets are 1-1 and in a pretty strong positioning going forward here. Love to see that for them. The Ducklets are a cornerstone franchise in the DSPL. So the fact that they were able to survive not a fun time. They not to say that they were that they were potentially seeing a death penalty of sorts, but certainly was not good for them. Certainly was a little dangerous for them. Taking our look at our next matchup here, we've got Hob and Osh. Osh coming off of a tough loss to Nalis last week. Hob coming off a tough loss to Diabeto. And you look at this team, and there's some stuff. By the way, Marshall Matt. That's it. Okay, that's good. Okay. I was sitting there like, who the fuck is this? Who's the Marshall supposed to be? Yeah, Marshall Mathers. The Twin City Thick Boys on your left. No one made any changes here, by the way. These teams are still the same. Hobbs' team, very, very interesting because there's options. There's different modes to be played with. And Osh's team is just thick. I think they have the highest average HP. Especially, even considering, I think Nalis might edge out. Like, it might be like a 95, 94 difference, like a point difference. But taking a look here, Asha's team on the left there, actually 92, so it might be a little bit like 94 to 92. But either way, strong attacks. Not the greatest defenses, but again, when your bulk is that high, you're pretty good there. Weak to Ice, weak to Fairy. Not the worst matchup for you. Like, obviously, the Espathra can be Terra Fairy, likes to be Terra Fairy as a psychic type. But other than that, like you're gonna be okay. You're gonna be all right. Hob on the other side of things, very fast, insane speed, and I know, often, speed is the name of the game in draft league, and if you can outspeed your opponent, you tend to be in pretty good positioning. And there's both teams have 5 Pokemon in the 100 speed tier, but the difference is Hob has 2 more in the 90 and high 80s. Like all but one Pokemon are above 85. That's a very high number. That means you can invest in some bulk and still outspeed some of the slower Pokemon, right? Very, very strong. Weak to ground, weak to rock. Similarly, not as much that can be taken advantage of on Ash's team. Ting Lu can obviously take advantage of that ground weakness, but it is going to get hit, and it is going to get hit hard before that, but that's what Ting Lu does. He gets hit, and he hits back pretty fucking hard. Taking a look at our starters here. Take a look here at Hobbs' team first. Which is backwards, should be the other way around. But Hob, Life Orb, Dragapult, Will-O-Wisp, Dragon Darts, U-Turn, and Psychic Fangs. We're speeding here. Speed at 142, it's pretty much, I think it was faster. Cyclozar can catch it, but Cyclozar would have to be, timid or jolly, and neither one of them get a kill on Dragapult, I think. But Stealth, Head in the Sand, Terra, Fairy, Espathra, Substitute Stored Power, Calm Mind, and Dazzling Gleam. You like to see that. Excadrill with Assault Vest, Rapid Spin, Earthquake, Iron Head, Brick Break, Standard, hazard clearing Excadrill. Then we got Total Recall, the Booster Energy, Iron Jugulus. That's going to be getting a Speed Boost, Dark Pulse, Air Slash, Earth Power, and Flamethrower. I Dip, You Dip, We Dip. Beat Up, Expert Belt, Play Rough, Taunt, U-Turn, Pheasantipity. Is this? Yeah, this is. Yeah, because it wasn't Life Orb last time. Right? Yeah, because Turtle wasn't here last week. Yeah, Turtle was not here. And then Terra, Ice, Dreadnought. Okay, so there's the ice. There's the ice. Crunch, Liquidation, Ice Fang, and Shell Smash. Now, does this not get Ice Spinner? It does get Ice Spinner. Interesting. So there's a chance here. At 95% accuracy, he went with Ice Fang. Oh, because he's got Strong Jaw. That's right. So Strong Jaw, yeah. That's probably right. Give Dreadnought Vicious Rend, by the way. Damn it. Give it Vicious Rend. So, yeah. Strong Jaw, Ice Fang. Yeah, that makes more sense. Yeah, it makes more sense. I was like, why doesn't he have Ice Spinner? Terra Zarude. Terra Fairy on the Zarude here. Roar, Drain Punch, Knockoff, and Stomping Tantrum. So we're going bulky here with the Zarude. Now, I'm guessing going for Drain Punch. Not you just knock off on the Stomping. Well, because Roar never fails. Stomping Tantrum is just good. I mean, it is just good. I gotta stop thinking like it's its only ground type move. So yeah, that's why. Zarude, Sandstorm, Terra Fairy, Leftovers, bulk investment. I like that. Hunky Dory, the Blunder Policy, Terra Ground, Monkey Dory. So we've got investment in HP and defense. We got Nasty Plot, Focus Blast, Terra Blast, and Shadow Ball. Yeah, okay, all right. Okay, so we're saying I'm gonna live things. I'm going to live to get a Nasty Plot, and I'm either going to hit a Focus Blast, or I'm going to miss it, and I'm going to get fast, which, nothing wrong with that. I like that. Tentacool. Heavy Duty Boots, Mirror Coat, Toxic, Rapid Spin, Knockoff. Just a standard utility. Tentacool, yeah, I like that. Choice, Scarf, Heatran, Dark Pulse, Earth Power, Power Gem, and Flamethrower. I like that. I love a Heatran that is here to hit. Tsunami. The Ting Lu, Stealth Rock, Body Press, Earthquake, Throat Chop. Good. Bulky attacking. I like that. Adamant, max attack with max HP. And Doink, the Zapdos, Volt Switch, Tailwind, Thunder Wave, and Heat Wave. So we are full on support with the with some speed here, which isn't not it's the right call. We talked about the speed that Hob has. These are important things. If he can get the tailwind up, that's going to be really good for Hunky Dory. That's Monkey Dory. That's going to be really good for Zarude. He gets a Thunder Wave on some vital Pokemon. That'll be very good. So those are all pretty solid and important pieces to the puzzle here for Osh. So let's take a look here. We've got the Twin City Thick Boys and the Delaware Fighting Blazikins going at it. Here we go. I know that's loud. There we go. Okay. It's also uneven in my ear, but either way, let's go back a little bit. Okay. Dragapult leading, Ting Lu leading for Osh. Should be a big Will-O-Wisp, huge Will-O-Wisp on the Stealth Rock. So unpunished, massive move there. The U-turn, big damage. Excadrill is going to get to come in here and probably get rid of these rocks. Throat Chop only doing about 20% there. Big plus of having the burn there, but the burn is not going to save Excadrill as Excadrill goes down once more. Espathra is coming out now. Espathra probably could have got a kill there. Maybe could have got a kill there. Respecting the Espathra is the right call there. Unfortunately, Zarude's going to come in, and Zarude does have Roar which is great here because that's going to be able to get this out of here and get him the hell out of here. Goodbye. Dreadnought comes in. Dreadnought does not want to be in front of that. And a knockoff is going to be able to get the Expert Belt off of Pheasantipity, who forces Ting Lu to come back in. Now Ting Lu is going to resist these beat-ups and is already burned, so it can't get toxic. So Osh with an early 6-5 lead, able to get these rocks up. Nope, the taunt comes out, preventing rocks from coming out. Expecting a switch there, goes for the Throat Chop when Earthquake would have been more damage. Play rough, doing 30%. Oh, you got that's Osh is going to lose his Ting Lu after it does just enough to bring Pheasantipity down to 37. Pheasantipity getting to stay in front of is choosing to sack in front of and punish potentially this. Now, if that was a weakness policy, that would be very, very bad. Focus Blast missed, but that does proc the blunder policy. Taunt goes up. But who cares about that? That is a +2 attack, special attack, +2 speed Hunky Dory, who is going to be slower than this Iron Jugulus, who lands a Dark Pulse, misses, does not get the flinch, but Focus Blast will miss. Dark Pulse is able to take out the Monkey Dory, minimizing the amount of damage that Pokemon could have got there. Dark Pulse lands once again onto the Zapdos, but a Thunder Wave does paralyze. Big damage. Big Volt Switch. Big and slow Volt Switch brings in Heatran, who is Scarf. Dreadnought, though, is going to get to come in, and it is going to get the Shell Smash up, and it is scary hours for Osh. Ice Fang gets the kill. No static proc. Following Crunch, big Crunch on the Tentacruel, does not get the kill. There's nothing there. Liquidation is going to kill the Heatran, and the burn. The burn comes in. Sandstorm Zarude, Ice-type Turtle with the Strong Jaw Terra Ice boost and the ×2 does not get the kill. But the Drain Punch able to get enough health to maybe make it worth it. Drain Punch gets the kill. The Ice Fang. The Ice Fang gets the 5% loss accuracy there, costing a 3-0 victory, but that is going to be still a 2-0. That's a 2-0 victory for Monsieur Hob and the Delaware Fighting Blazikins. was getting my production stuff together, and I was just so confused as to why things were not working the way they were supposed to be working, but I figured it out. Incredible. Zero easy across the board. They will never make me hate Ash. Just zero. He said, I don't need speed. I have Thunderwave and Tailwind. I'll be okay. That's what he said, and it worked out. Like, it almost worked out. Like, he absolutely was in a position where I think if he would gone, he was kind of forced to go for, he was forced to go for a power gem in that position. But I think that's one of the things where it's like, if you go back and look at that game, if you're Ash, in your prep for that game, would you have prepped a little bit differently? Because, man, having Flash Cannon would have been pretty good, right? Just because, right, it hits neutral. Your water type that resists it hits neutral, right? Your electric type that hits it, that would normally resist it, hits neutral, right? You could have kind of just clicked that Flash Cannon in that spot and gotten a lot of value out of just clicking Flash Cannon on the Dreadnought. And either you force the Dreadnought to go for a kill right away with Liquidation or Earthquake, because you know it's Terra Ice. So at the very least, he won't Terra. And then on the next turn, you could probably play around that and go to Tentacruel and see what's what. But I think he made the right call in going to hoping for a static on the Zapdos, because if he had the static on if it got paralyzed, the Heatran could have came in and gotten a kill with probably, well, Earth Power probably would have got a kill. Or maybe not, because it would have been at full health, right? But at the very least, you're in an okay position, right? 3 knockouts for the Dreadnought, huge. 1 knockout, 1 status for for both Heatran and the Dragapult. The Dragapult that burn on the Tinglu is big though, because Fezandippi probably dies to that Earthquake. That Throat Chop plus Earthquake combo does twice the damage, and it definitely would have been in range of a kill. Meaning you have Tinglu as a sack, or maybe you get Rocks up. Rocks not being up also was the difference, because if Rocks were up, Iron Jugulus takes 25 and dies to that Volt Switch, right? Those are itty bitty things. But I think Ash played well. Like, don't get me wrong, Ash played well. He did everything to play to his outs after that the Shell Smash, and Hob did everything he needed to do, which was get Dreadnought in range, get him in there into a spot where you can come in and get a Shell Smash off and be strong, and he did that, right? He didn't have to worry about. He had enough that if he got staticked, he had things that come in afterwards and would get the kills, right? If he got burned, he had things that would come in and get the kill. Dragapult to finish clean up whatever was left over. So hats off to both guys. Very well done between both. It was a fun game. Great back and forth. Ash was. I think Ash, the roar on Zarude was great, right? Because especially when you see the Dreadnought, like, it's like, okay, are you going to force, like, you kind of have to tear a Dreadnought. Otherwise, why'd you bring him? So good call by him to be like, no, I can live this +1 Dazzling Gleam, right? Let me roar this fucking bird out, right? And he got the right call. I mean, it was advantageous. He was able to knock it off the item on the Fezandippi. It could have been a Black Sludge. It could have been leftovers. It could have been heavy duty boots. Could have been whatever. Great stuff. great stuff from Osh and Hob. Great game by them. We're on to our final match of the night. Our main event sees Orin taking on Spencer. The Bloodline Pokemon League champion Spencer taking on Orin, one of the more winning general managers in the DSPL. What a team! These are some sick teams, and I mean that the most polite way. Like I mean, like that is complimentary. These teams are sick. They're disgusting. Spencer made some changes. Talked about it. Leading. In the draft recap in week 1 last week, but he needed a spinner. He needed to have some sort of hazard control. He picked up Serena. Great call there. Eevee. Oh, did it show up? It did. Why didn't it? Oh, you know why? Because I don't have alerts on here. Did I not? Okay, I have to add alerts here. Hold on. Give me uno momento to do that on these. Actually, I guess I can do this, right? Yeah. Where are we at here? Do. Boom. Right. Where? This one. Right. Welcome. Hello. I am Mean Grum Okerlund, and I am here with your Raidamania report. Good old Eevee. Hello, pal. It is good to see you. I'm glad to see it. It's good to see a friendly face. The Eevee squad has evolved into my chat to spread the love, drop the emotes, and show them that evolution energy. Hell yeah. Welcome. If you don't know what the hell is happening, we're getting raided, which means that the lovely Raidamania report needs to happen, and this channel must be defended by its champion, none other than the Macho Grum. Ooh, yeah, I am the Macho Grum. I am a physical manifestation. Physical manifestation of T-Gum Psyche physically manifesting itself. Twitch.tv/T-Grum. Yeah, I am the champion. What up, Jayhawk? How's it going, pal? Don't know why the command's not working. The bot is up. Don't know why it's not. It's because it's Ayo. That's right. I forgot my own. Ayo, AYO. Yeah, Yeah, good old Eevee. Yeah, doing the good old stuff. Good old Eevee. You make a good tag team partner, like partner Eevee. Yeah, you get baddie bad. Yeah, what was the other move that it got in that thing? Profile view of the glasses, below sunglasses. Yeah, let me tell you something, okay? I don't know what to tell you, okay? Here's the thing, okay? Yeah, I'm not taking glasses off just to put different ones on. I'll put ones off to take them off, though, Yeah, how you doing? Yeah, I'm playing Honkai. Yeah, Honkai Star Rail. You know what the hell is that? Don't know what that is. I was in Honkai once. Yeah, I know a Hawkeye. Yeah, I know a hunk. I'm the hunk here. There, the hunk guy is right here. Yeah, I'm a hunk. Yeah, I'm the Macho Grum. Yeah, and thank you for the raid. I appreciate it. Yeah, dig it. Oh, it was supposed to go. It doesn't have the graphic there. Interesting. Either way, I am Mean Grum Okerlund. This has been your Raidamania report. Thank you, and stay tuned. Sweet. Hello. Okay, so there's the Raidamania report. A little rusty. We're trying to get back into things. Trying to get back into it all. Trying to get in the back of it all. But I hope you're doing good. Stop that. There we go. Eevee, how was the stream? Hopefully it was good. I never did the cameras. There we go. There we go. All right. Main event. You're just in time for the main event of this week's DSPL stream. Because we're seeing Orin and Spencer going on each other. Wait. Oh no. I wonder if those were updated on the doc before Orin started prep. Nope. Orin started prep. Said put the team in on Monday and said that's enough. That's clearly updated. Clearly it's updated. No need to check the transactions. No need to check transactions to make sure I didn't miss anything. So let me prep for the team as is. It's been a while since I seen it. It was good. Sorry with Fortnite, but matchmaking was taking too long, so swap. Nice. Well, welcome in. Hope you're having yourself a good night. We are wrapping. This is gonna be the last game. Now, normally I would like to do when I do these is to do a little shiny hunt afterwards. However, because I bought a house. Happy New Year to you. Because I bought a house, I've been made settlement on it on Friday. I spent the weekend doing house stuff, like taking down 50-year-old wallpaper, which sucks. Don't do it. Don't ever put up 50-year-old wallpaper. Buy a house if it has it. It's not that big of a deal. It literally, there are people who will say they won't buy a house if they have to do wallpaper, that they take wallpaper down because they don't want to deal with it. And while I understand that is a dumb reason to not buy a house. It literally, everything is just put a little sweat equity in it. Grow up. Grow up. Do some hard labor. Do some labor. If that's where you want to live, do it. That's what we did. But because of that, Sundays are normally when I would like to stream. Monday at the worst. However, I just had stuff going on, and I was not able to do it. Enjoy your lurk. I forgot I had an alert command. Jesus. I'm out of practice. All right. So Spencer made some changes here. Picked up Manaphy, Serena, and he had Terra Rhydon. So he just dropped Ogerpon, Wellspring, and somebody else for the Serena townhouse right now, and even repainted this place before I moved in. Yeah, it's the right call. Orange team, Orange team's deceiving. Why am I on my? Why watch this from the top of the with a crow on their shoulder? That's funny. I get that joke. I understand that. I get that reference because I remember things. Good. I remember things. Why am I? That's a good one. Because of Sting. That's why. Sting just watches with a crow. I should have said vulture. He had a vulture for a little bit. It was very funny. But yeah, Orange team deceiving. Those numbers on the left there are deceiving, right? You do not be deceived because that is saying that because there's a Wooper and there's a Rua who do not have good stats. They are baby Pokemon. They are not. They are there for the aesthetic as it stands. So this team should be a little bit bulkier, a little bit faster, but still slow because you still have, Colossal and Slowking, and you only have one. You have Darkrai and then Palmot. But this team, fucking annoying to look at. Also, probably annoying to prep. I haven't prepped for it yet, but it's very annoying. See, when we saw it, Basque, poor guy, could not deal with this fucking Frostlass or Frostmoth, and I understand why. Spencer's team, on the other hand, also fucking annoying. Hatterene, Hisuian Zoroark, Chi-Yu, Skarmory, Sneasler, fucking Terra Rhydon, Terra Raging Bolt, Manaphy. Awful prep. These teams are awful to prep for. I'm glad they faced each other. Right? These teams are awful to prep for. Fucking all right, cool. I got I got Bullet Punch, Choice Band Bullet Punch, Scizor gets fucking shut down by fucking Serena's ability. Not even its typing or anything, just its ability. It's like, what the fuck? Disgusting. Disgusting. I am simultaneously looking forward to my week 6 and absolutely dreading it. Me too. Do I face Orin or Spencer? I think I do face Spencer, right? Let's see. So next week I face Nalis. Osh in week 4. Week 5 is Cornman. Week 6 is Hob. Week 7 is Willie. Week 8. Do I not face either of these two? Oh no, I face Spencer week 9. That's right. And I face Dive. Okay. All right. Okay. So I do face one. I'm like, I know I face one of these two. Whew. Yeah, this team's disgusting. I don't like this team. Anyways, weak to ground and ice is Spencer, which makes both Landorus and Frostmoth annoying to deal with. Also, like a Terra Ice Palmot, like an Ice Punch with Iron Fist is annoying to deal with. Don't like that. On orange side of thing, only weak to ice, really. It's his only real weakness is to ice. And again, he has a Frostmoth. He's got a Rotom Wash. He's got Scizor. He's weak there, but he's really not. Because it's counting for the fact that there is a minus. There's a quad weakness in Landers and a weakness on the Sinistra, right? So let's see who did I think I did this right. Let me see here. Did I do this? I did not. But you can see how I set this up. Mr. Drevius there, boom, 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 and then go over here and Spencer. Okay. So Rotom Wash leading things off for orange side of the things. Iron Ball with Will-O-Wisp, Hex, Trick, and Volt Switch. I like that. Make him slow. Make him slow. Ground his actually, yeah. I mean, you wouldn't do this ever against Skarmory, but yeah, getting that onto Skarmory for any reason would be nice. Takes neutral ground damage, which it becomes weak to ground. Ozzy Coltrane, the Colossus, Terra Grass, Heavy Duty Boots, Flash Fire, Rapid Spin, Will-O-Wisp, Spikes, and Stone Edge. So there's 2 Will-O-Wisp users. So that's a lot of status going around here. Gary, the Slow King, we've got Chilly Reception, Foul Play, Sludge Bomb, and Taunt with some special defense investment. Ozzy Coltrane also has attack investment and some special defense investment there. More defense for Rotom Wash. A lot of defense so far. 1 orange Brain Cell for Choice Scarf. Landorus, we're just hitting things. We're hitting things. Earthquake, Stealth Rock, Stone Edge, and U-Turn. Hitting things. 425 attack with an Adamant. Enough speed to outspeed what it needs to. Boom. Hit things and fucking go. Snowmoth, the Frostmoth, Heavy Duty Boots, Ice Scale, Quiver Dance, Terra Blast, Giga Drain, and Icy Beam, which is good. We've learned from last week. He said, I got lucky there. I got lucky there with this guy. He was able to live that. He was able to, come in and come out. I got lucky there. Wouldn't be the case this week. We're going to see some rocks. I guarantee it. And then Fraud, the Darkrai, also scarfed. Okay. Also scarfed. So 2 scarf users. Ice Beam, Dark Pulse, Psychic, and Sludge Bomb on the Darkrai. So not bad. If Frostmoth can get set up, you're going to outspeed some things, but you really invested in the bulk there. If Gary, the Slow King, is able to get the reception off, that becomes 360 defense, right? And then you get the Ice Scales that halves damage from special attacks. Pretty good. So that is orange side of things. Looking at Spencer side of things, we got Dragon D's, the Eject Pack, Raging Bolt, Draco Meteor, Dragon Pulse, Ancient Power, and Volt Switch. Clicking Draco turn 1 and getting out of there, right? And if because he doesn't, there's no fairy here. Clicking Draco and getting the hell out of there. Clockwork the Skarmory with Sturdy, so we didn't do the weakness policy body press thing. But we're back. Welcome back to the device a little bit there. Roost, Stealth Rock, Whirlwind, and Body Press. Long Legs, Sneasler with a Citrus Berry, Unburden. Brick Break, Dire Claw, Swords Dance, and Shadow Claw. All the things you need. Brick Break. Especially, this is where having the watch-alongs is and being here for the watch-alongs is great, but also I do put I put the replays up on the sheet, after the stream so that you can go back and watch just the battle if you want to. The stream's also there on the sheet for all the GMs. If you want to come back and watch the analysis, you're more than welcome to. I'm probably going to get around to putting the chapter, so it's like, hey, game 1, game 2, at least in the stream, so you can, if you want to go back and just watch the live commentary or the reaction to stuff, more than welcome to do that. I just need to do that myself. And then there is Goblin Track 10, the Chi-Yu with Assault Vest, Max Speed Modest, Dark Pulse, Flame Charge, Ruination, and Flamethrower. Okay, not bad. Not bad. I like Ruination, especially for like a Terra Fairy Colossal, right? Then there's Ponyo, the Manaphy with Blunder Policy. We got 2 Blunder Policies this week. Ash's influence. He's got motion. Ash has motion. Don't let anybody tell you that he doesn't. He's got a thick head of hair and he's got motion. Don't anybody saying any otherwise on either of those things, they're a fucking liar. Hydro Pump, Scald, Tail Glow, and Shadow Ball. This can get scary. This can definitely get scary. And then Hard Drive Check. What a name. Hard Drive Check, the Serena. Heavy Duty Boots, Rapid Spin, Knockoff, Trop Kick, and Synthesis. Pretty good stuff there. Obviously, Queenly Majesty shuts down priority moves, so Scizor would have a bad time if it's locked in. Locked into the bullet punches. And I think that's it as far as a Sucker Punch, Mach Punch as well. So those are the moves. So that's your matchup. And here we go for our game number 7, the main event of the night. We shall see. I want to get rid of this. I want to get rid of that. There we go. We shall see Orin on the bottom, Spencer on the top. I need to put music on. There we go. So, turn 1, actually, not even turn 1. Turn 0, Raging Bolt comes out, Landorus comes in, Intimidate, Proxy Eject Pack. So Clockwork comes out, great backup in case it was a Landorus. Stealth Rock for Stealth Rock, but now that is a Choice Lock Stealth Rock, so he got to come out. Body Press lands, big damage. Will-O-Wisp lands, and the Whirlwind comes out. So Snom coming in now. Snom? Not Snom. Well, it is technically Snom. But Snowmoth, Brain Cell coming in. 1 orange Brain Cell coming in on the rocks. Stone Edge is going to do a critical hit of 38, but roosting it off is Mr. Spencer, who now we're in a little bit of a thing because we know that 38 is the crit. So there needs to be multiple back-to-back crits here. Eventually, the Stone Edge is going to turn into, but that's not nearly not enough. That's 8%. Good Lord. Just trying to waste these Stone Edges. One of these Stone Edges, if you're Spencer, you're like, yeah, he keeps hitting these. One of these has to miss. And he eventually does get him to back out. And Clockwork is now at 94. Body Press isn't going to do a lot of damage there. But unfortunately, that's a little scary. Roost is going to be able to actually be faster. That bodes well because now it's just Skarmory is just a steel type. Spencer now able to resist that, get back some more health. Leaves and comes back, or leaves with the Chi-Yu. Chi-Yu comes in, takes the 24% health, but Ruination is going to do a little chunk to the Frostmoth, but the Frostmoth does get a knockout thanks to being a Terra ground type. Ice Beam does hit massively, but the Clockwork, the Skarmory is able to live, Whirlwind out, and is able to have a little bit of time just to chip. Roost would have been so good there, but unfortunately not to be the case. The Body Press in place. Rotom Wash coming back in and taking in a decent, some not bad health attacks there. Trick Iron Ball. Now the Dragon D's is now slower. Does not have the eject pack for this incoming Draco Meteor, but this Dragon Pulse even did good damage. A Draco Meteor would get a kill there. Chilling Reception. does give Rotom Wash comes in on the Draco to burn, not to burn, but to drop, effectively drop the special attack there of Dragon D's, this Raging Bolt. Manaphy comes in, takes a rapid spin, and there goes the rock. So the rocks on orange side are gone for good. Meanwhile, Slowking able to come in and eat these Hydro Pumps, and these Hydro Pumps not missing. God, my kingdom for a missed Hydro Pump. Hydro Pump lands again. Spencer can't get a miss for his benefit or not his benefit. That is hilarious. Earthquake, the Serena able to resist it a little bit there. Slowking Galar's going to be able to come in and just eat this rapid spin. Now rocks are clear on both sides for the time being. Knockoff does get the kill on the Slowking, so now it is down to one brain cell. It goes for the big quick U-turn, 47% rapid spin just to get to +2. But that is not going to be enough as Scarfed Darkrai gets the kill with an Ice Beam. Longlegs gets the +1 attack, but that Manaphy is a dead Manaphy. And Landorus T is in a position to should be able to close this one out. Dragon Pulse doing 35. Ice Beam, not the Iron Ball coming in handy because Iron Ball was able to get a nice little chip there. Earthquake gets the kill, and this Landorus Therian is going to be able to get the knockout here as well, giving Orin a 2-0 victory. And I hit the button again. I have to let this do it one more time. Maybe I need to put the button somewhere else, or maybe I need to do one of these where it goes right to the post game on this. There we go. All right. Man, 3 knockouts and a hazard for the Landorus Therian, 2 knockouts for Raging Bolt, and Colossal, 1 status and 1 assist. Very important for the game there. Fun as fuck game though. I know, Spencer, that you were hella mad that he hit 4 straight Stone Edges. Manaphy, who you built to not to miss, right? Landed all 4 Hydro Pumps. Couldn't miss one. And if you were at +2, you would have been faster than everything, right? Right, because you were max speed or 263, so you would have been at 520. That would have been 526. Would that have been faster than his Darkrai? Could have double set up, could have swept for sure. I don't even think you needed double set up, right? Because you had Ice Beam. Oh no, you had Tail Glow and you had Scald and Shadow Ball. So yeah, you didn't have. I was like, if you had Ice Beam, you could have definitely killed the Landorus. What would that have been? 374 times 1.5, right? 374 times 1.5. Yeah, you would have been faster. You would have been faster than the Darkrai. I don't know if you would have killed the Darkrai though, right? When I'm going back and looking at this, and the Darkrai was at 88% health. So I guess before the because when you come in here with Darkrai came in to kill, right? Yeah, should have run Blizzard. Actually, that's the thing though, right? Tailglow Skull kills Darkrai, I assume. It probably should have, yeah. But the problem is you would have had to get that took off Blizzard because of chilling. No, but chilling reception makes Blizzard 100% accurate because it sets up the snow for you. So why would you have taken Blizzard off because of chilling? If anything, I would have ran Blizzard because of the chilling. Oh, so because it can't proc Blunder. Gotcha. Okay, now I'm understanding where. Yeah, I'm gonna move to proc Blunder. Gotcha. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, you have to run like the down. We saw the downside of having to rely on, having to rely on Blunder policy for your speed, right? To get your to get your speed set up. We saw it twice today. Shockingly, we saw Blunder policy twice. In Asha's game, we saw it work on the first turn to give him +2 speed, which gave him +2 special attack with Monkey Dory and +2 speed. The only problem is the move that he needed to land afterwards was the same move that he needed to miss, and it missed again, and it cost him a Pokemon. On this time, we see the other downside, which is you land every move that you have, and you can't proc the item. And like that's the downside where it's like, damn, I wish I could have, I wish I could get that, right? Orin did a great job with the Iron Ball tech, by the way. Like, hats off to that. Like, I love that tech on Rotom. He said, look, I'm going to get something. Now, mind you, if you had Shadow or Thunderclap, right, it doesn't help in that sense. However, Terra Ground, Frostmoth didn't care. I'm about to run Blunder Policy, Zap Cannon, Regice. Yeah, enjoy landing every fucking Zap Cannon, which you'll be like, yeah, great. Everybody gets paralyzed. That's awesome. You don't have a fire type, do you? No, I was gonna say run Inferno Blunder Policy. But yeah, like the ultimate, just like everybody is, like you want to miss the move, and then you don't want to miss the move, right? Like it's the, I wouldn't call it the antithesis of what you want from a game. But it definitely is it definitely works opposite of what you would like most weeks, right? Where most weeks you would like it of like, oh hey, I'm hitting the move I want to hit, right? I don't need to worry about the bad things happening to me. But I do want to make a mention that Orin said in this matchup. He said, "I blame Grum. When you read this, it's your fault. I read this. It's not my fault. It's not my fault that you never went back and checked to see if anything changed, right? Or more importantly, because I know Orin had started another new job. The guy's a workaholic. Who isn't in this day and age with having to do so much stuff? Hello, Mr. Drevis. Hello, Orin. League Strips. Hello, just finished work. Welcome back. Corman's got to run the Chandelure set, right? Yeah. It's well known. If you run Blunder Powders, you will always hit your move. Absolutely. Hello, Dapper Snapper. How you doing, bud? Yeah. Well, here's the thing. We saw it happen. If it gets knocked off, you will miss. We saw it work. We saw Blunder Policy twice this week. The first one, in the first game, Focus Blast missed, proccing Blunder Policy. And then he needed to hit a Focus Blast to get a kill, and it missed. So it's like, oh, even when it does work, you're off. That means one of your moves you have is you are relying on a move that is less than 100% accurate. And myself, I hate less than 100% accurate moves. I hate them for. I honestly think the thing I hate about sub 100% accurate moves is that when you miss, your opponent is like, "Oh, dude, I'm sorry you missed that move." I understand it, and this is something I've said since I've gotten into Draft League, is that I understand. Like it's kind of it's good sportsmanship. You're like, hey man, sorry that the game, things that were out of our control happened, but like things are out of our control. You know, like I'm not going to apologize for shit that's out of my control. I don't expect you to apologize for shit that's out of your control. If something happens, hey, man, I clicked the button knowing I could miss the thing, right? And I'd be an idiot to be like, damn. I can't believe this move that has a chance to miss. I can't believe I fucking missed. It's like, it's, and I say that knowing that this Saturday, my UNPL video is going to go up, and there is something that happens that is out of my control, and I get as close as I can get to raging. Like, I don't know if I will ever rage on stream. Or rage on stream I will probably do. Rage while recording a draft league game, right? Because, which I thought that the first time, I thought the closest I would get would be WPF when I switched in Don Fan one week into an Ice Beam. He got frozen, and I couldn't get rid of rocks, and it cost me the game. Or I couldn't get rocks up, and it cost me the game. And then the next week, I switched Dspl into an Ice Beam from Tyranitar, who freezes me, and I'm frozen and I don't fall. Like, those are that I thought was the closest I was raged. The second one, I'm like, are you fucking serious? Like, I got frozen again? Like, damn, dude, this is ridiculous. If you watched last week's UNPL match against Darude, late in the game, crit happens. Doesn't change the game too much. I still would have probably lost that game. But who knows what would have happened if I don't get that crit? Sounds like my yes, I lost. Yes, I know. I remember watching. I'm like, I feel like I think I even said in one of the videos, like, I feel like Dapper fucking lost froze 3 times in a week. But yeah, that happened again. But this time, I think it 100% lost me the game. Like, I think I win that game 10 times out of 10 if I don't get crit. Spoiler alert. But all that to say, I don't think any randomness should be abolished, right? Like, that is like saying, like, I want to play basketball, but I don't want to dribble. I want dribble. I want the players to be able to pick the ball up and run with it, because I don't like that sometimes you can dribble it off of somebody's foot, or you can lose your dribble sometimes. Like, that's part of the game, right? Like, they didn't make, like, this game isn't like a you know the fuck. It's not a MOBA, right? Where everybody does fixed damage and you just spam a move and you charge. It's not like that, right? The allure of competitive Pokemon is that you can do everything right. Or I should say, I just hate crits. You're right. I should say the allure of competitive Pokemon is that your opponent can do everything right to win. But there's a chance that none of it matters and you win anyways. And that is a shitty thing to think about. Like, that's a shitty way to put it. But the allure is that you can do everything. Your opponent can do everything right. I think the difference is, like, it sounds like a shitty thing, but it's not you necessarily doing everything wrong and still having a chance to win. If you do everything wrong in a battle, you're going to lose. There's no amount of bullshit that can happen in a single game that if you do everything wrong, you will lose, right? But your opponent can do everything right, and there's still a chance that you could win, which sucks for your opponent. But losing sucks for your opponent either way, right? In other competitive fields, you could do your job. You could do everything right and still lose, right? A defensive player in football can do everything right. They can lock their man up. They can limit the opponent's offense to, 10 points. Let's use football. You can limit your opponent to 10 points. You can do your entire job. But you still might not win because there are things out of your control. And you have Uh-oh. And because it says I'm still
At least
live.
Your stream's dead for
No, it's dead on
live.
It's dead on
Oh, looks like you're back. You might be coming back.
Oh.
There he is. There you
I'm
go.
back.
You're back.
I'm back.
You're back.
Awesome. Cool. I don't know why. Weird. The big Pokemon. Yeah, you're right. Big Pokemon silenced me. Son of a bitches. Those bitches.
They realized that I was the one talking shit and you were trying to support it. And they're like, oh shit, put him back
Wait,
up.
put him back. But no, he's on our side, actually. Hold on. No. I think. I think. Where was? Okay, so I don't know where exactly in this rant. Yeah. I think we're good. I don't know what happened there. My internet might be. I can't wait to not be on an apartment internet. I can't wait. I'll just be like chilling and it's like, well, hey, you died there. I did just get the thing. Frame drops detected 26% over the last 2 minutes. That's funny. Okay. Is my let me see. Is my computer? No, we're not. Okay. Am I still dropping frames? No, I'm actually not. Okay. So anyways, so I was saying, right, the allure of Pokemon is that your opponent can do everything right and there's still a chance that you can win, right? And that is the closest, I think, that short of, I guess, like hero shooters like Overwatch, Siege, and those kind of games, right? I think that is the closest that esports gets to. I guess also I would say like no, because like even the like competitive like Call of Duty, everyone's got the same job, right? Where it's like the closest you can get to like the thrill of like competitive sports, which is I have to buy in to there are things that are out of my control, and I have to hope that somebody on my side is taking care of stuff, right? And like you're not going to get an exact 1-to-1, right? But it's the same way as like, all right, cool. I am the coach and I'm calling a play. Let's see what happens, right? Because that's what you do when you're calling a play in football, right? Coach calls in a play. Hey, this is what our play is. The other team's calling a play in. Which play works better has little to do with whether or not the quality of opponent is matching you, right? Like, yes, if an NFL team plays a college team, the NFL team is going to wipe the floor with that college team. Like, it is just a pro team beats a college team every time. But if all things being equal, like, yeah, I called the right play, but the quarterback fucking blew the call, or the offensive lineman didn't get to his snap, or the defensive lineman went to the wrong gap, or the linebacker bit on the face. Like, there's so many things that, like, as a coach, you're not able to control, and that thrill is like the dopamine hit you get is so fucking good. But that's the allure of Pokemon. And in doing that, you have to accept that there are things that no matter what you do are out of your control. I can't control if I get a crit. Now, I can do things that favor me getting a crit. I can hold a scope lens, focus energy, and have a high crit move, and I will crit. Hell yeah. I did it with a Ogerpon, Teal. I had Scope Lens, I had Focus Energy, and then I had, Bonk, Ivy Cudgel. You're guaranteed a crit at that stage. Awesome. Some of the I do have Inteleon in this league, right? But he does have high crit moves. I made a VGC team with Dragon Cheer Iron Jugulus with a Miraidon. So that Miraidon would Scope Lens Miraidon. So I would just click Draco meter after getting a Dragon Energy. So now it's at +3 crit hit chance. So it's almost a guarantee to get a crit. So it's like, oh cool, I'm -6. It doesn't matter. I'm getting damage. Those are all things you can do to control that, right? Same as like, oh hey, I'm gonna run Serene Grace, Ironhead, Thunderwave, Jirachi so that my opponent can never hit me, right? But there are similar, your opponent can do everything right. And there's still a chance that you don't get paralyzed and you don't get flinched and you hit the earthquake, right? And that's all like that is the I know I'm getting off the rail because it's supposed to be like the outro of this week's DSPL as far as like talking about next week's broadcast and stream and whatnot. But I'd like to talk about Pokemon. It's just one of those things where it's like, okay, hey, we are the allure is like, hey, like I'm gonna build like draft. We play Draft League because we don't like the centralized meta of OU as much, right? It is fun to be able to have a different team every week, right? It's fun to not know what your opponent's bringing. It's fun to make a read in a situation where you actually have to make a read and not go, oh, this is what the meta dictates, right? VGC has less of a centralized meta, but like it does have its predictable Pokemon that you use, right? But VGC is fun because it's doubles, right? It's a different format. It is a faster format. It is a format where there's so much more randomness happening. And there are things where that's why we pop off when somebody goes, I can't get out of this. Wait, if I attack myself, I'm actually in a pretty good position. And then they do it. Or if I target myself, I'm in a pretty good. Hey, if I taunt my Pokemon, I'm in a pretty good position because now I'm not this or that. Or hey, maybe I click Fake Out here, so that their Sucker Punch doesn't work, Or I click, I get double protected and I wake up. My other Pokemon wakes up. And great, like all these things, right? There's so much. There's so much fun into it, and as an audience, you go, "Oh my god, oh!" And that's where I think the allure of competitive Pokemon lays. I don't think it's in the centralized meta stuff. I don't think it's in the even VGC. What I enjoyed about VGC, especially in Gen 8, was there was so much everyone was trying something different because no one was really good. There were no tournaments to go to, right? So you could work on something randomly and just bring it out and be like, yeah, that was cool. And that would create a centralized meta where, oh, hey, I'm just going to use Defiant Thunderous and and I'm going to click Max Airstream. It's like, okay, yeah, no. Yeah, exactly. Those are really cool things. They're really cool moments where you're like, wow, that really, and it goes back to your opponent can do everything right, and there's still a chance you can win, because everything right depends on what they see as the win, their line for the winning, right? I'm trying to think of like which game from this week exemplifies that. I guess I'll use me and AW, right? Where I you know, he did everything. Like he got a bad roll, right? He did everything right? He got Terra Fairy Deancy with Fairy Feather in Trick Room against my team. Did everything right. He had 3 full turns. I had 4 Pokemon. Even if I didn't get the kill, or even if I got the kill after the Trick Room is over, or whatever, he still wins the game. He still comfortably wins the game. But I live, and then I get a crit. A very unfortunate turn for him. Gives me a chance to win, right? And it made the game more exciting. Obviously, AW would like to win the game more comfortably, not excitingly. But from a purely objective standpoint, the game was entertaining as fuck to watch. It might that, and I think I feel like the game with that we just saw with Orin and Spencer was a lot of fun to watch, right? Because you have these little moments where it's like, oh, that didn't go that way. He lived on that roll. Oh, that actually is bad for him. And that's the other thing. Is like there are times where things that look like they're good for you are actually bad. Damn, I wish that Pokemon would have died, so I didn't. So I don't give my opponent positioning here, right? Or like, damn, I wish they died on that turn so that they don't come in and get his screens. Right. Sometimes a game can turn on a dime. Corn got back-to-back raw 3-hit triple axles, right? And I think I'd have to look at them. I think like 4 of them high rolled. Like I think it got the higher damage roll on 4 of the 6. But because like 3 of them, like all 3 of them were behind, like 3 of the 4 were behind screens, he was able to live. The screens made a difference. And that's the thing is like I don't know if he played better than you, right? Because the reason he even got to the position where he could get like the Mew even close to death was because he got the 20% chance to sleep for you to fall asleep and then for you to sleep 2 turns. If you only sleep for 1 turn, there's no chance. Like that's completely over. It's just these things, they happen. It's just fun. I like Pokemon. That's why I like Pokemon. That's why we'll be back next week. Next week, the 25th. When I say next week, I'm talking about in 5 days, right? In 5 days, which that might be a little bit earlier. It depends. We're supposed to get like 1.5 feet of snow in Philadelphia. And if that's the case, I don't think I'm going to be able to go. And it's like overnight, like 1.5 feet. So like, I don't think I'm leaving the apartment on Sunday. So Saturday, I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff at the house. So Sunday I'll probably be home. Ideally, I'll be here and not at the house where there's no entertainment of any kind, but also I need to get shit done so that we can move in. But yes, next week, the main event is myself taking on Nallis. Funny enough, right? Talking about Nallis, talking about me. It's almost like I knew where I was leading that there. But we also have Spencer and Didac, which hopefully we'll be able to see all 3 games of Didac. He is going to try to get caught up before Sunday, obviously, as well as play Sunday's game. We've got Osh taking on Cornman, the Thick Boys taking on the Marowaks. We've got the Greninja-Delphia Eagles, Willie Law taking on AW and his Arizona Diamondbacks. We've got Bask and his Lycan Wolves taking on the Long Island Ducklets and Johnner, a.k.a. Harold Hester. We've got Diabeto and the Sacramento Coffee taking on Orin, a.k.a. Mr. Drevis, and the Montreal Mismagius. And then we've got Hob and the Delaware fighting Blaziken, taking on Sky and the Moggin Miniors. So that is what we're going to be seeing next week, week 3. As far as week 2 goes, we're done. We're done. Next week we'll go over stats. We'll go over. I'll do a little bit of explaining. We do stats a little bit more involved, in the DSPL than other leagues. As you can see when we did, if you were here and you saw some of the matchup graphics, and you're like, hey, what the hell is a status? Makes sense. What the fuck is an assist? What the hell is an assist? And it's like, okay, well, I gotta explain that, and then you gotta understand why assists are important, because assists are not just like, hey, you almost killed a Pokemon. And when you said, I know he was. I guarantee you, he was. He was mad about not missing, or you not missing, and then him being mad about himself not missing. Most accurate game I've ever seen. That was the other thing. Real quick, your guys' game, I thought you guys did not. I thought Oren and Spencer did not. Neither of them saved the replay, and they were panicking because they played. Was that Sunday night or Saturday night? Let's see here. Hold on. They played Sunday night. Played Sunday night at 8:44 was when the game started. That game got posted at 9:49. So if we would have been streaming, if we had been streaming week 2, that game would have been being played during the stream, and would have I probably would have been like, that's the main event, but the game's not played, and I don't have the graphics, but I do have it so that it's easy to make the graphics quickly, so I could make them on stream. I don't know if my computer can handle it, but I can use a different computer and do that. But then it's back. Either way, that's it. We're wrapping it up. I got to go to work. I got to get to work in early tomorrow because I got class, so I need to wake up. I need to leave work early, but I don't want to use my PTO. So if I go in an hour early, I can leave an hour early, which is good. Thank you guys for hanging out. I appreciate it. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Instagram. I am Grum. I'm barely on Instagram, so don't worry about that. Discord. Join the Discord if you're not already a member. Join the community. I post when their video goes up or the stream goes up. We talk about Pokemon. You can keep up with the DSPL. We do have a sheet as well if you would like to keep up with the DSPL. I don't have a fan sheet per se, because having 2 sheets is a lot of work, and I already have multiple sheets. I have a DSPL commissioner sheet. I have a draft Photoshop automation sheet. I've got a where are my chats here? There we go. There, and then there. Yeah, so like I got a lot of stuff, but it all makes it easy to do all the stuff I do. You know, if you appreciate this, the graphic works, all the stuff and all that stuff, leave a like, leave a subscribe on YouTube, go to the twitch.tv/tgrum, follow me there, like and subscribe on YouTube, become a patron, patreon.com/tgrum or /grum. I think it's just /grum, or go to support.grum.tv and that'll take you right to it. Yeah, that's all I got. I think my next plan, so the 2 things I want to do, right? The 2 things I want to do as far as upping the production value of what we got here. I want to get this sheet. I want to make this a much better quality image, right? I want this sheet, but with this quality, right? And I want to turn this, right, into something better. I want to do it to where I have the team averages, and I can do all that here. I can futz around with this, but I like the way that this is currently. It also requires a lot more moving parts. A lot more moving parts. Don't want to do that. Not bad. I mean, moving parts is whatever, right? Once I figure out what goes where, I can do that. But I want this where it's notable weaknesses, best strengths, and team average stats. I want all that stuff in here. This, but looks like this. Not this. This info's good. Looks like shit. Looks great. Has pertinent info. Doesn't have all the info I would like it to have. So that's where I have to figure out how to get the info I want on a confined space. So we're gonna have to. I'll figure it out. I'll get around to it. But either way, thank you guys for hanging out. I think that's all the plug stuff I have. I appreciate y'all. Yeah, I don't have anything else. If you got Twitch Prime, use it here. If you haven't already, fuck it, why not? We ball, right? That's free money, baby. I think I got rid of my Prime. I got rid of my Prime command, so that's on me. Either way, I love you guys from the top, the bottom, the sides, the corners, the front, the inside, the outside, all of my heart. I am Grum, commissioner and host of all things DSPL. Thank you. Yes, it's dude. I got married. I bought a fucking house. It's crazy, dude. It's crazy. J-Ho, it was at a point where I'm like, dog, let's just buy land and build a house. Get a house built. It's gotta be cheaper. I know a guy. J-Hawk did it. He's doing it. He did it. God, it just seemed easier then. It seemed easier then even before we started looking for a house. Now we're looking for a house. It just seems like the best. Fuck it. $50 grand for a lot of land. We'll live in an apartment for another 3 years while the house is but I love you guys so much. I appreciate you guys. We'll be back on Sunday. Look for the video on UNPL Winter Wildcard Week 3. Goes up on Saturday. I haven't yet edited it, but that's because I don't want to watch it again, but I will, so I can edit it and put it out to you guys. Yeah. And maybe, by the way, if you're interested in these kind of production-y elements and graphics and whatnot, might be in the market to sell my labor, sell my wares to people who would like them for their own stuff. But I appreciate it. I love y'all. I'll see y'all on Sunday live. See you Sunday. Maybe you'll see me on Saturday for the video. I love y'all. Between now and the next time I see you, do a couple things. Be good to yourselves. Be nice to people around you. Do something kind for a stranger. It's easy and as simple as being nice to people, staying like a good distance away at the checkout line. Let them have their space. Yeah, just be good. Be good people. Like don't you gotta be, remember, you gotta be more than just tolerant. You have to be anti-intolerance. It's a really fucking terrible fucking time in society. It's unprecedented and interesting times. They fucking suck. Be anti-intolerance. That's anti-racism, anti-sexism, anti-homophobia, anti-transphobia, anti-bigotry in all of its disgusting and vile forms. Be pro-common sense. Be pro-critical thinking. Be pro-love. And be loud about all that stuff. I love y'all. I'll see you guys next time. Until then, stay. Mwah.